What is up, you fantastic people? Welcome to the Salty Nerd Podcast live on Tuesday. We are here. We just got done watching The Fifth Element. That's why we were a couple minutes late, because we had to finish that up for our Patreons. Go to saltynerdclub.com and join over there. You can grab your commentaries. You can grab your reviews. We're doing Harry Potter stuff. We're doing all kinds of stuff over there for the club members.
It's been a weird, crazy morning.
Yeah.
It's been hectic.
Crazy, weird morning.
Weird, wild, and crazy day.
Matt and I are doing Helldiver stuff in the morning.
Yeah, I gotta get here earlier now.
Vader made me a drink.
It's now in the show
It's
notes.
the best drink you've ever eaten. Drinking.
Pure gin.
Drinking.
It's the best drink I've ever eaten.
Yeah. We've been in the studio for like
4 hours,
4 or 5 hours already. So we're already moving. You guys got to keep up. You guys got to keep up.
We had a million snacks.
We did. We bought $80 worth of snacks.
They're all gone.
So make sure to super chat.
Yeah. That's how we pay for our snacks.
Oh, man. Okay. We've got a full docket of topics. Let me go. Yeah, we do. We got.
Well, I feel like Matt was a little stressed a couple days ago because we had no topics. We had none. No.
Yeah.
So we get the text. It's like, dudes, what are we talking about this week? And his brain, love you, brother, but his brain cannot handle not having some topics to talk about.
We're gonna talk about a couple of things.
I love it. And
we're gonna riff. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna hang out with our people in the chat.
I think when Matt is a little stressed about topics,
good.
We end up having our best.
We have a great show.
We always have good
usually.
shows.
Is when we're
now
not
you're setting us up for failure.
Probably.
Anyway, we've got our Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I hate when they put.
I love it. I love that movie.
Oh my god,
it's a great movie.
It's unending.
Of the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Of the Planet of the Kingdom of the Apes.
Hey, apes together strong.
I know it's this.
Strong.
Apes together strong.
I thought it was
no, that's the Ayla.
No, it's
Ayla. Yeah, that's
so ugly.
Wait, you know what? Speaking of that, I'm watching this goddamn movie and I'm like, no wonder Vader likes these. These are basically caveman movies.
Yes.
That's why you like them.
Yeah.
And I realized that when I was watching this one because
apes no kill apes.
I think I may have made a mistake and I overdosed on 8 movies this week because I had.
Did you watch the other ones?
I had never seen any of the other ones yet.
What?
Did you watch the old new ones or the old ones?
Well, I've seen the original.
The Caesar ones. Okay,
I've seen, but no,
we have reviewed.
No.
Yes, link in the description for the original Planet of the Apes,
reviewed
where Charlton Heston frolics with naked men. And then we did review the Mark Wahlberg.
Yes.
But that movie,
these are not
movie
connected
doesn't
to those.
exist.
Say hello to your ape motherfucker.
Yeah,
that one doesn't exist. That one doesn't matter.
This is a totally separate thing.
Yeah.
So I've seen the first one with James Franco.
Yeah, good movie.
David Hewlett.
David Hewlett was in that movie. Yeah. I've seen that, but it was forever ago.
Listen, they did Hewlett dirty.
They did.
Did he get his face ripped off like an ape or something?
They did him dirty.
Yeah.
Our Hewlett's our brother. He's a salty nerd, but they did him bad.
He's the first guy who gets like the disease that.
Yeah. That's right. Okay. Anyway, so but I think I overdosed though because I watched them all.
Oh my god!
And they're all like 3 hours long, and I'm like, I'm
no wonder you hated this.
Kind of over this freaking ape thing now.
I'm not a Planet of the Apes fan.
Yeah, you didn't even watch.
No matter what iteration it's in.
I they're good. They're fine. They're good movies. I'm like, oh man, that's a lot of apes in a week.
Every time the trailer for this came on during before a movie that we were about to watch for the show for the last 6 months, I went.
Dude, before we even get into this today,
look what I got.
Can you tell me why you don't want to watch ape movies? Is there something about them that you just don't want to expose yourself to?
Every time I was homesick from school as a girl, my mother would have this on. And I think I just equate it to like being bored as a kid and having like a show that was probably too grown up for me to appreciate, but my mother would insist on having it on. And so like what was that?
Vader's got his you don't have your headphones plugged in, do you?
I don't know. So I have like an early childhood memory of it being on while I'm like sick and home from school.
Yeah, okay.
And not being into it, but that's like, there was like
whatever's on.
It was just on. Yeah. So it was like the only choice. And then I tried to watch a couple of the movies and it's just not for me. And I don't know. It's not like even like it has to be humans on the screen or I'm not into it. Cause I like alien movies. I like weird, magical, mystical movies. I like centaurs.
Yeah.
I guess I just don't like apes.
I like centaurs.
I don't know.
I think there's a couple things to it, but we're gonna get into the review. Do you have a synopsis? Did you do it? No.
Fuck no.
She didn't watch it. I'm not
All
doing
right.
no synopsis
I'll
for a movie I
do it.
didn't
I'll
watch.
do a synopsis
Can
for
I
it.
just derail a second?
Yeah.
Say like how annoying it is that Apple doesn't let you completely mute your devices.
Yeah, that is super
Yeah.
annoying.
I'm on my phone can mute. It's all the way down.
Yeah, your phone can turn all the way off, but your iPad cannot.
Pad cannot.
You have to have headphones if you're like attached to a live stream or something.
$6 buds.
And
Target.
Kadish does not miss an opportunity
To dog
to
Apple.
dog Apple
Yeah.
for
That's okay.
anything.
I hate Apple.
Every time I have a computer issue, it's first thing he says is, "It's a fucking Apple, babe."
Oh, it's true.
Every time I have an issue, I'm like, freaking Alienware.
Yeah.
I hate Alienware.
I had
You
an
were
Android,
proven
I had an
wrong,
Android phone once, and like every time I'd want to download an app, I couldn't because it didn't exist for an Android app. It's like, okay, I'm switching.
Anyway, before we get into it, though, I do want to do our normal little upkeep thing. Our goal, as always, is 10 members. 10. Count them. 10.
And if we get to 10 early, we'll go to 20.
Oh,
then if we
and
hit
20
20
super.
and then if we
20
go to
super
20,
chats?
we'll go to
Did you guys
30.
We're gonna
modify
do
it?
it, you guys. We're
You guys-
doing it.
We
You guys modified it?
we moved the goalpost when we hit the goal.
Maybe we should start by saying, "Hey, sorry we're late. Thanks for hanging out."
Yes, guys,
That's
absolutely.
cheating. That's cheating.
It's like,
Can't move
hey,
the
we made
goalpost.
$500 today. Wow,
Ah.
let's make 1,000.
Well,
Let's
our
make
goal
Come
was
on.
1,000, so
Yeah.
fuck you guys.
Danny's here today, so maybe you'll get that $75 acknowledgement, which I just actually acknowledged him, didn't I?
Oh, no.
You owe me
Gave it to him for free, man.
You owe me $75.
Give it to him for
You
free.
son of a bitch.
That's how he gets you. That's how he gets you.
Anyway, if you guys are not members already, please join up. We are having a live stream after this for members. Is that for everybody or is that for higher tier? I can't remember.
That this is for our extra salty.
Extra salty and
Extra
above.
salty.
Above. We got a $2 super chat already from the Dork Knight. You got $73 left to go, buddy.
We got a $199 from Wendy Hunter.
Kadish, as usual, is right. Apple sucks. Yeah.
Today's stream has potential to go off the rails.
Oh, real hard.
I've been drinking Tito's for
6
hou-
hours.
I don't have
2
a
hours
plan.
now.
I have no plan. We're just kind of riffing and we're going to have a good time.
Well, we have some topics lined up.
We got a couple
Alex,
things.
don't ignore Wendy's.
Oh, Wendy put a super chat in there too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's my, I don't have my star.
You want me to
tab.
do it?
Look, I
Oh,
don't have
let me
my
do
star
it.
tab
Let me do
anymore.
it. Let me do it. I'm going to push it up. It says Wendy Hunter. I love Wendy. She's our
She's
mascot.
amazing.
She's our mascot on the gaming channel.
99 for the
She's never
snacks.
misses a thing. $1.99 for your snacks.
For the snacks.
Yeah, snacks.
Love it.
Thanks.
Our meat sticks and cheese bars
They're
in our
StreamYard's
jerkies.
doing that thing where they're not automatically starring the super chats.
Oh, is that why I don't have a starred
I think
member
that's
thing
just
over
a
here?
you thing, bro.
It's not working for Alex.
No, it's not working for me either.
Who
Because-
wants more of my nuts?
Oh,
We were chewing on Jude's
Just a
crusty
couple.
nuts earlier.
Jude has great nuts.
Are you really going to eat that during the live stream?
Yeah, man.
God damn it.
Mm.
Anyway, okay.
We need something. Sally.
Here's our topics, folks. We are flying by the seat of our pants tonight. We've got Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. We're going to review it. Me and Vader, we saw it. I've watched 8 movies all freaking week this week. I've got thoughts.
Jesus.
We're going to be talking about the Riddick movie that's potentially coming our way.
What, 8?
There's not 8. How many did I see? 5. Right?
You watched all the 8 movies. You're crazy.
I said all of them.
Oh, you said ape. I thought you
Yeah.
said ape.
No, Ape.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there 8 Ape movies?
Oh, there's probably more than that with the old originals.
There's only one old original.
No, there's like
There's a
4 or
whole
5.
series.
What? Oh God, I didn't watch all of those. No. Anyway, the new with Andy Serkis 8 movies. Okay, we'll put it that way. Except he's in this, not in this latest one.
My precious.
My precious. We got the Riddick movies. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about Lord of the Rings, and then we're gonna talk about Roger Corman movies.
Okay.
And then we're gonna have a member stream where we're talking about movies that are sacred. This
Yes.
the sacred movie that you do not touch. What is it's considered art. It's historical document. You cannot remake it. Leave it alone, Hollywood.
All right.
Cover that
Cool.
stuff in the member stream after this. Okay, so I had not been keeping up with the 8 movies.
Are we going right to Apes?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I saw the first one, probably in theaters. I don't remember. Whenever it came out, like 2020.
The
or
James
something.
Franco one.
Yeah,
with,
James
Tom
Franco.
Lithgow and
Yeah. It was fine. It
Caesar.
was fine. That moment when Caesar first speaks
Mhm.
and he says no to that douchebag. No. And I was like, whoa. Like that had some weight to it. I was like,
Mhm.
oh, that's freaking rad. That was cool. It was a good moment.
Yeah.
And then there's a big war on the Golden Gate
Mhm.
Bridge and all this stuff. And then it was like, can apes and humans live
No,
together? And the answer was no.
no.
And then the second movie, they were like, humans, come here, turn dam on power for city. Can apes and humans live together? No.
The answer's
The answer's no. They can't live together. And then the third movie came around
Uh-huh.
and they were like, humans been gone for a long time.
Only 3 left.
I've not seen them for a long time, except for this one Woody Harrelson guy. He's real bad. Can apes and humans live together?
No,
you
no, they
can't.
cannot.
And then the 4th movie comes around, and it's like, humans now primitive. Apes primitive too, but not as primitive as humans.
That's right.
And can we live together
The answer is
peacefully?
no.
No!
No, the answer is no. Humans and apes are not going to
damn
live
it.
together.
Stop answering the same question 5 times in a row.
This is the
The next-
literal
The next movie's going to
definition
come out.
of insanity.
Make a different movie, please.
The next movie's going to come out, and it's going to be Noah's son,
Yes.
and it's going to be, can apes and humans live together? And the answer is no, they cannot. We don't want to live together. I don't want to live in some stupid treehouse on an electric pole, and I don't want to raise eagles. I want to play computer games and shoot my guns and do cool shit. You primitive primate apes.
It's so,
So, yeah.
Alex would love to live in a treehouse.
I
though.
would live in a tree.
He would.
Yeah.
I
He
would.
would. And
He
raise
would.
eagles.
And raise
Yeah.
eagles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Sing his song.
He'd go,
Yeah, for sure. But
Okay.
mhm.
On a
He-
serious note,
he
we
would
will.
work in the Owlery at Hogwarts.
Nah, I'd be a gorilla.
Yeah, you'd be
I
like,
would- I'm gonna be
would you be donkey?
no,
Donkey.
I'm not a
Donkey.
traitor.
Shrek?
I'm not a
There
traitor.
was, there was an ape
Listen.
called Donkey in the
No.
first
That's
second
what.
movie.
No. In
They
the
were
third,
all called
in the
donkeys.
third
Yeah,
movie.
in the
That's
third
what
one.
the trader apes were called.
Yes.
Were donkeys.
All the trader apes that worked for the
Donkey.
humans were called donkeys,
Yeah.
but they all had the same name and they had it written on the back
Come
of
on,
their back.
donkey. Let's go.
It said donkey on their back,
Yeah.
every single one of them, because they
So
were.
it was a slur.
It was definitely a slur.
Oh yeah.
The
The hard D. Don't use the hard D word. Talking about apes. That's not cool.
Can't call me a donkey. How dare you?
It's a hard K. Too.
Yeah,
I call people donkey all the time.
you do.
Or donks.
You do use that.
Donks,
Yeah.
If you say it with an Irish accent, you can get away with literally
Donkey.
everything. Donkey.
You stupid donkey.
What are you doing, you stupid donkey?
I mean,
We're just
that was a Shrek thing,
swapping
right?
family stories. In the morning, we're making waffles.
What are you talking about, donkey?
Okay, serious note. So yeah, the movie is like, it's gorgeous. All
Oh.
these movies look great.
Gorgeous.
Beautiful movie.
Like, I cannot
It's a-
believe that they're able to make CGI characters look that real. in a
Feast for
movie
the
these days.
This is the most. This is the best cartoon I've ever seen.
Yeah. I do have a hard time
It's a cartoon.
differentiating between, okay, are they in the woods filming, or is the whole thing CGI? I cannot tell anymore.
They're humans with
with bodysuits,
with
right?
bodysuits with the dots and shit all over.
Okay, so it's real world.
There's people playing the monkeys.
Okay, and then they just CGI
Andy
the monkeys on top
Andy Serkis played Caesar for the first
for the first 3 movies. Yeah.
and there's new people playing monkeys for these ones.
Yeah. So to catch you guys up, if you're not familiar with the other movies, Caesar is the like patient zero for the
Yes.
smart monkeys.
for the first
And
3 movies.
For the first 3 movies, it takes place over the course of like 20 something
Yeah,
years,
yeah,
20-ish years or whatever. And during that 20 years, humans has fallen, society has collapsed, virus has killed most of the human beings.
the
everything
virus makes people stupid
Yeah.
and illiterate and dumb,
Yeah.
and it makes the apes smart.
smart. Yeah. And Caesar was like the leader of this group in Northern California.
Yep. They
But
went up
they-
to the mere woods, made some forts. In the
Yeah, but they
trees.
don't know anything
hung
about
out.
the outside world. They don't know what's going on the East Coast. They don't know.
No.
It could be the same way, but we don't know.
It's very isolated to north
Yeah.
of San
So
Francisco.
the first 3 movies are just all in like Northern California. And then Caesar, he stays this leader. He has a couple of clan wars. He does some stuff. He fights some humans, and then he becomes this like
legendary
this
figure.
legendary figure to the apes, to the
Yeah.
point where they start worshiping him almost as like a deity, like the
Yeah.
legend of Caesar, and this new kingdom in this new
He was
movie.
fair.
Yeah,
he was
he was a
smart.
is it benevolent? Is that the right word?
I think so. Yeah.
Benevolent leader.
I didn't
for the
see it, but
apes.
it sounds good.
I can't
You
remember.
should watch these movies.
You know where I learned that word
I'm
from?
gonna do it.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
The Bible too.
Yeah. Okay.
Game of Thrones.
Caesar's monkey Jesus.
Yeah, he's Monkey
He's
Jesus.
Monkey
That's
Jesus.
exactly what he is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he turns into Monkey Jesus. They all start like kind of like worshiping him. But this new king, and this movie takes place generations after.
Yeah,
the
I like
third one.
how they're like not
They're very vague.
this generations
Generations later, which is like
later. Okay.
200 years.
I don't know.
We're going by C rules here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many
Generation.
tires did you see?
Oh, the world is a mess.
Okay.
Like
I mean,
the world
so-
that the humans left. But there's moments in this movie
Is
that
it Earth?
Have you ever watched the show Life After Humans on my History Channel?
Yes.
So my recollection with the condition of the cities and the buildings in this thing, I think they would be at least 3,000 years in the future, but I don't think we're that far. I think in the actual movie itself, I want to say 200 years.
Yeah.
At the most.
Yeah, I want to say 200.
Because there's,
because there's still stuff.
Spoiler alert, there's like vault dwellers in this movie that don't look like they've been there that long.
Yeah.
Okay. But we're generations of monkeys earlier. But so I don't know. It's very vague. It's really weird.
Purposefully so. I think.
Yeah. But
if they put a hard date on it,
I would say
people like
100 to 150 years,
Yeah.
I think was what, but I think they messed up with how much of the buildings did.
Anthony Mark is saying 300 years. That seems like a long time.
Yeah, it does seem like a long time. So I don't know.
But anyway,
doesn't really matter.
So this kingdom that is ran by, what was his name, Maximus or something, or
Caesar Proximo, Proximo Caesar.
Proximus,
the bad
guy,
Proximo Caesar,
Proximo.
His name.
He basically is using Caesar as like the thing that gives him the right to be king.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I'm following Caesar. I am now the new Caesar. I am your king. I am your leader. But he's using it, but you know what's funny?
He's subverting it.
He's a dick,
twisting it,
right?
Yeah.
Like this king ape in this movie is kind of an asshole, but he wasn't really wrong about anything.
No, I mean he knows
like,
that there's stuff. He has his kingdom.
Yeah,
he leads a bunch of apes,
right?
And he wants to get all the other ape tribes together.
He's
to
like
rule and to rule over them and subject them. And their main job is to open this vault. It's a military vault full of all kinds of cool future stuff. And he knows
history stuff.
He knows that there's stuff in his vault that's going to immediately advance them as a species and a race.
Yeah.
But they're dumb monkeys, so they don't know how to open the thing.
Dude.
So
okay. Can I just poke a hole in this movie real quick? Okay. So
please do.
They're on the coast, and it seems like I think that was the Golden Gate Bridge, right? Or was that not the Golden Gate Bridge?
No. In fact, if you look at the vault door, it actually says the name.
Does it?
I think they're down like in San Diego or something.
Okay, so they're farther south.
Yeah,
sure, whatever.
But I'm not 100% sure where.
Is this a crossover to Fallout?
No,
it could be. It really could be.
But it's not.
So what was I going to say? I forgot.
You're going to poke a hole.
I'm going to poke a hole. Okay, so the vault is like at sea level.
Yeah,
and they've constructed this little bit of a dam to keep the water away from it so that they can get in
seawall.
So, and the seawall's not that tall.
No, it's made out of wood.
It's made out of wood and sand, and it's like maybe 10 feet.
Yeah, I kept looking at it and going.
So the vault's there. It's at sea level, and the water's over here, and there's a dam, and that's the big plot point of the thing. But they're trying to break in, but they can't break in. So the human that like the smart human who can talk, who shows up in this movie, is like, oh, I know how to get into this thing. There's a vent at the top, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Oh, you mean Nova?
Nova. Her name is
Nova.
May,
but they name all the monkeys name all the girls.
All humans are named Nova because in the third movie the chick was name was Nova.
And because Charlton Heston had a friend named Nova.
Did you get the reference to the original movie with the doll?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There was some music interludes in there too.
There's a lot of references to the original movie.
I like callbacks like that.
I do too.
It works well.
And
it was on the scene where they were going across the river on the bridge.
Yeah,
there was some really heavy callbacks to the music and everything from like the 69 or 71
is old. I don't know
the original movie. So,
but like she knows that there's a vent on top of the silo, and then she like, oh, we're just gonna go to the top, and they do this like cliffs of insanity, you know what I mean? Like with Andre the Giant like climbing up the thing, and she's on her back, and I'm like, oh, that's a freaking Princess Bride reference.
Yeah, and
they're climbing up, and I'm like, if she knows that there's a vent at the top of the cliff, and you can climb up 200 feet to get to it, why don't you just take a hike around the beach and up to the top and go down?
He only has to carry himself.
No, but like you could have just walked to the top of the hill
and come down
and go down 10 feet.
I guess. Yeah, I suppose.
Because like the vault entrance that they go into at the end of the movie,
10 feet below the top.
10 feet below the top of the cliff.
10 feet. That's it.
It's not that hard. You could have just walked up.
Now
there.
I have to go rewatch.
And I'm like, that's so dumb. And then the other thing is like the big plot of the end of this movie, and this is a heavy spoiler show. So like they're like, okay, we have to get rid of all this stuff in here because this is human technology.
Right.
And if the apes get a hold of human technology, all bets are off.
Right.
Which, I mean, you're 200 years in the future. You've already lost. So I'm kind of on William H. Macy's side on this.
Mhm.
He's in this movie, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah, he's fine. It was cool. I was like, it's William H.
Man,
Macy.
he acts his ass off. He's got a really good limp.
Yeah.
He limps his ass
Broke
off.
both his legs.
Both of his ankles are broken.
Yep.
So, but you know.
Like Misery.
Yeah. But
You know, he was just out hiking the world and he broke both his ankles and the monkeys saved him.
The monkey saved him. So
Proximo
now
found him and, you know, he told stories to Proximo.
he teaches Proximo about
Yeah,
history
yeah.
because he can read, which I
Right.
guess a human in 200 years in the future can read.
Well, why wouldn't they be? He was a former vault dweller.
Was he? And he
Yeah.
left the vault?
I think so. That's
Okay.
the message I got.
Is it? I didn't get anything either or. I just felt like he was a wanderer who like just happened to know things.
He didn't have the
drinks
disease.
and he
He
knows
drinks
things.
and he knows things.
Yeah.
He did drink a lot of tea in this game, in the movie. So I was like, okay, so that's the first plot hole. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
you just climb to the top and get in. And why didn't the monkeys know that?
Just throw a rope down.
Like the monkeys are down at the bottom, like trying to like thermite blow up the vault door, and they're like pulling on it with chains and ropes, and they're like, "Ooh, rah, rah, rah." They have like slave labor going on. I'm like, you just walk that way, and it's right there.
Well, they didn't know that vent was there.
They could have looked.
Well, they didn't look very hard. Did
Go
they?
that way. Really fast.
If something gets in your way,
Turn.
turn. Thank you, Jude.
You're welcome.
So that was a big thing.
It's as if I was there.
Right. That was a big thing for me. And I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. They could have just found the entrance anytime they wanted to by just walking around and like
Yeah.
exploring your area.
Should we just go around to the backside?
They
of
don't
the
have
mountain?
they don't have scouts anywhere. They're just like exploring the area that they're living in. Whatever.
It's not even the backside of the mountain because they're on the coast and the vault vent
It just goes
is on the
straight
coast.
to the top.
It's like down the road just a few.
It's a
just
silo,
little while.
right? It's a big silo,
It's a bunch of tunnels.
and the vault's
Yeah.
at the top, and you go down, and then the vault entrance that they're trying to break into is at the
Yeah.
very bottom. That's the other issue that I had is like they're like, okay, we have to erase this stuff. The one chick is like, we have to destroy this stuff, or the apes are going to get it, and then they're going to have helicopters, and we're like, okay,
We can't have apes with helicopters and tanks.
So she wants to blow the dam up to flood the silo,
Uh-huh.
but the dam is only like 10 feet
But
tall.
she has
This
to
is
get.
some Queen Kane sound.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
It really is.
It kind of. The more I think about it, it kind of
Yeah.
is. But
So-
you're not going to ruin this movie.
No, I'm ruining it for you.
No, you're not ruining it.
So they
I still love it.
they get into the top, they go down to the bottom, and then they open the vault door. And then the king is standing there like, why'd you open my door? And they were like, oh shit,
It's
I
like,
didn't expect you to be there.
going to open the door.
Yeah.
That's why I'm waiting here for you the second you open the door. Because we're going to have this really dramatic confrontation for the end of the movie.
But then the chick blows the dam,
yeah.
and then all the water rushes in. Fine, fair enough.
Okay.
But that water's only going to go up to like,
The top level of the ocean.
yeah,
It can't
ocean
go any
level.
higher.
It can't go
ocean
any
level.
higher than ocean level.
Yeah, I
But
don't
this
think it really
fucking
does.
water
I don't
goes
think it
all
does.
the way up the silo,
No, it
and
doesn't.
everybody dies except for the Eagle Clan. And I'm like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Because they're like climbing
Uh-huh.
and like rushing up to the top, and he's like, Eagle Clan climb, and
Yeah.
they're like, oh,
So,
we're better climbers than
We should
everybody.
probably explain the Eagle Clan, right? 'Cause
Well-
we haven't really. We went straight to the end.
I don't care. The ending is stupid,
Yeah,
and it
it
ruins
was
the movie
stupid.
for me.
I don't think it matters.
I don't think it matters. So like,
we didn't review this very good. 'Cause we went
Also-
straight to the end,
Don't worry about it.
and I'm a little drunk, so that's why we went straight to the end.
so like, like the whole thing is like the whole ending of this movie is so dumb, and I'm just like, they could have done better than that. Like this doesn't make this doesn't.
You understand that they're setting up a new trilogy here, right?
I know. with
In
a
fact,
new
I think
goddamn
they're
character.
I think they're setting up a new 6-movie trilogy or something like that.
Zack Snyder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Zack Snyder.
They're pulling a
even
Zack
said.
Snyder.
So
I'm like
But should
6
it-
movies.
it's
I
Could be-
know what I
Three
think.
movies, but there's also going to be 3 director's cuts of the same movie.
Right.
What I think they're doing is I know this is I really for real. I heard that they're setting up. They want to do 6 more movies, and I think this is going to be a new Noah trilogy, and then there's going to be a 3rd trilogy at the end of this that's going to set up something where at the end of the 3rd movie, Charlton Heston's going to
The triple trilogy.
the triple trilogy.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to go like thousands of years into the future. after
That's
this,
I get the
which
feeling
is
that
which
that's
is
what they're
which
gonna
is
do.
kind of interesting to me.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Okay.
I like these movies. I think these movies are fun.
I like these movies too. I just want them to be better.
There's nothing wrong with these
They're a
movies.
little
These
boring.
movies are exactly what I want. They're CGI heavy. You cannot tell the fake monkeys from the real actor humans. You know, they're cartoons.
Yeah.
They're literally cartoons with this monkey story. And but you cannot tell these things apart now. It's wild the tech that they are using for these things.
Yeah. Yeah. It is.
It is really
That I will agree with you.
and I will admit it's a little weird watching monkeys talk like us. it's a little almost.
But they have like monkey mannerisms.
Yeah. It's it's strange watching a chimp talk like you or me are doing right now. Go ahead, Jude. You were going to say something.
Oh, I just wanted to say I have never been so confident in my choice to not see a movie that we were going to talk about as I am today.
She's like, I'm so glad I didn't have to
I'm
subject
so
myself to
glad I didn't have to go watch this.
I think
movie.
if you're a nerd who likes these weird tentpole movies, who likes IPs that are made for us, you know, the movies that try to teach us a lesson about, you know, how shitty humans are, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah, Eagle Clan.
That's Noah.
Yeah,
and that's his eagle.
That's the
that's
Caesar sign.
That symbol back there represents Caesar.
Deathly Hallows.
Yeah.
I picked up this thing because I thought it was cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
And
if you don't want it, I'll take it.
I do like these movies, but I just feel like every time I watch them, I'm like, yeah, all right.
They give that shit out at the hockey games with their calendar on the back.
These aren't deep heavy movies.
No, they're very not. They're very.
But they don't need to be.
Yeah, just like a little adventure.
They have a story to tell, and they have a little life lesson about how humans suck. And
it's always the same thing.
But we do. We do suck.
Drives me a little crazy.
As a species, we're kind of shitty. It's the truth. It's just the truth. You know, be better. We need to be better people.
I don't think the monkeys are any better though.
The monkeys will kill you.
They're kind of shitty too.
They'll rip your face off for stealing a banana.
Yeah.
Okay. You ever watch that? What's that show on HBO or whatever where the people they like camp out with the monkeys?
Oh
for 40
yeah,
years?
yeah. The king something.
There's some deep shit in that.
That's a whack. That's a crazy show.
Yeah.
Joe
Rogan talks about it all the time.
Of course he does.
Kingdom of the Apes, or I don't know,
whatever it is.
Kingdom of the Planet of the Movie of the Apes.
Yeah.
But just real quickly, I really enjoy these movies. This is the perfect summer blockbuster popcorn movie for me. It's not heavy. You go in, you tell a story. It's a feast for the eyeballs. You see some really cool animation with the CGI and stuff, and that's all I need. That's all I need.
Did you like this one?
I did.
Okay.
I did like this one. I had a good time. I've liked all these 8 movies. They're all in that 2.5 to 3.5.
They're long. They're long.
They're a little long. They're about 20 minutes too long,
like
most movies are these days.
Yeah.
You know, there could be some fat trimmed off of
all
of them.
See, what bothers me, and having watched all of them this week, I can say that they all suffer from the same issue as far as I'm concerned. Is the third act is always like a what?
It's a big action sequence.
It's like but it's like a bad decision action sequence. It's like, oh, why'd you do that? That's so dumb.
Right.
And every time I get to the end of the movie, I want to like it because everything prior to that has been like really good. And the ending is just like, oh, you're stupid. And I'm always left walking out of these movies like, it could have been better. And I'm frustrated with that because I want to like them.
I feel that way about almost every movie that's been made these days. It's like, oh, that could have been better.
Could have been better.
It's like, but I also feel that way about most classic movies I watched for the first time. Like when we watched The Shining last year, I was like, man, this movie kind of sucks.
You know, nostalgia wearing off a little bit.
Yeah, I was like, I was bored. Jack Nicholson was good, but I'd rather watch animated monkey fight a human. That was kind of cool.
So let's get back to this. So you want to go back to the beginning and talk about the equal?
Well,
I just looked up on IMDb just the stats of this because I wanted to be able to weigh in with you guys. This movie's 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it's long. It's a long movie.
I went to a 9:30 showing.
It could have been 2 hours.
You're a hero.
I did it for the podcast. You know what I mean?
They had that middle section with the orangutan. I forget his name. Didn't need that. Didn't need most of that. That was they could have cut 15 minutes.
It was weird though, and I mean, again, this is probably because I watched all the movies like fairly recently. I felt like there was a bunch of exposition.
Yeah,
dump
that's
in the
what
middle
all
of the
that.
movie.
That's what all his
all explaining what the other 3 movies were about, and I'm like, yeah, but we already know.
The orangutan's role, his entire role was to teach Noah about how Caesar was.
Yes,
the real Caesar.
The real Caesar is cool and nice, and
I just feel like they could have trimmed it down a little bit.
Caesar was in the Mark Wahlberg one, right? Too.
No.
Are you sure?
I mean, there's always.
I don't know what that monkey's name was.
There's a monkey named Caesar in every 8 movie.
Yeah. Is there?
Caesar is a throwback to the originals. 100%.
So, do you want to talk money?
Oh, sure. I didn't even check. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so this was budgeted at 160 million.
Wow, that's a lot. It's a lot.
Do you want to take a guess what it has made in 3 days?
In 3 days? Maybe 65 million.
My theater was a bunch of old people. So just I went to the 10:15 a.m.
You went to the
show.
10:15 a.m.
I went to the
and I went
early
to
bird special.
I went to the 10 p.m. on a Monday.
I went to the senior
You went to the
citizen.
AARP special.
I went to the ARP video. It was walkers.
Yeah.
We're gonna go near the walker.
I remember when Charlton
And
Heston was in this movie.
And all the handicap bros in the front.
Yeah.
Charlton Heston was sitting behind him.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. But it was the one I could go to this weekend.
So what's your guess?
45, 50 probably. So.
131.
What?
Wow.
What? 131 million?
That's crazy.
it's doing
Dang.
well.
See, people like these movies.
I
man.
didn't think it did that well.
So it's gonna make its money back.
Yeah.
And we're
It's
gonna
gonna
get
make
We're getting another one.
Yeah.
So, it's gonna get the further adventures of Noah and May.
Oh,
So-
yeah. No, May is I think May is the bad guy in this movie.
She a little bit.
Is May the human?
May's the
is the
human.
human.
Okay.
And I think
Yeah.
she's the bad guy. So here's the story, a little bit more
Yeah,
detail.
synopsis.
So we get introduced to the Eagle Clan, and the main character, his name is Noah. He's a young monkey. He's probably late teens. He's like an
yeah.
up and coming, young adult. And he has to go and
His father's
and,
the chief.
Yeah, his father's the chief. He has to go and harvest an eagle egg from the highest nest of the tallest
Rite
tower.
of passage stuff.
Rite of passage
Yes,
stuff. Right?
exactly.
He gets it, and then he takes it home, and it's this big ceremony, and everything's great. But this human that you don't see for a while, this human is like rummaging around their camp, and they're all like, "Oh my god, it's an echo," because they haven't seen humans in decades
Years.
and decades and
Yeah.
decades. And they call them echoes instead of humans. They call them echoes. And then like they get in like a tussle, and the human breaks his egg. So like his eagle egg is like in his little satchel, and she like pushes up against him and cracks his egg, and now he's
You know what it is?
Fucking
You
God damn it.
remember that movie about the Easter Island dudes who had to go on the race to get the egg from the island off?
vaguely, yeah.
Yeah,
I do
that's one
remember
we
that.
need to watch for the show.
It's
But
been
anyway.
a minute since I've seen that. That's old.
Yeah.
Is that not Quest for Fire?
No. Oh God, I forgot about that.
Quest for Fire is good too.
We're watching that movie.
We
Okay.
already did.
We did?
Yeah.
No, not Quest for Fire. the
Yes,
one
we
that-
watched Quest for Fire.
the Easter Island one.
I don't know about that one.
Oh, we're gonna go.
You find it.
Okay,
Spend some
I will.
time this weekend. So he's basically he's chasing down this human because now he has to go get a new egg, and she's like always kind of like rummaging around for some reason. I still don't know exactly why she was like doing that, but
Thirsty
She was hungry.
bitches.
they find out that this other clan from the Hidden Valley is after this human, and they are like encroaching on their territory, and he goes to go get his new egg, but then he gets sidetracked by this human and these new apes and this whole thing, and then they realize that like, oh, there's a whole other clan over on this side that we didn't even know about.
Of apes or humans?
Apes.
Apes.
Okay.
Another set of apes,
Right.
and they all go like, okay, we're gonna go capture them, and then we're gonna bring them back home for slave labor, basically.
The apes are going to capture the
Yeah.
apes?
Yes. Yeah. This is ape versus
Apes are
ape.
pieces of shit, just like humans are now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So they
Fine.
go, they burn down Noah's village, they kill his dad, they harvest everybody and
Put
take
them
them
all in
back.
chains.
Put them all in chains and take them back to their beach house and their
It's
vault.
some apocalypto type stuff.
Yeah.
And so now Noah is on a quest to become the hero of his clan and to rescue his people
Yeah.
and to promise his father that he will return his clan to the land. Yada yada yada. It's a whole hero's journey thing. It works. It's fine.
Yeah.
But along the way, he meets this orangutan, and in these movies, it seems like the orangutan is always like the wise.
They're
master.
wise and
He's like
smart.
the
Doctors,
Yoda.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? In the last three movies was Maurice was the orangutan who was with Caesar, and he was like his like moral compass.
Mhm.
And in this one, there's this new guy.
Every good chimp has an orangutan to be his guide.
And then every good ape movie has a gorilla who's just a douchebag.
Who's or your enforcer.
Yeah.
Sounds
Which
good.
there's a thing that breaks in my brain when I'm watching a 900-pound gorilla ride a 1,500-pound
I
horse,
know, right?
and I'm like,
Yeah.
that doesn't work. That horse would be pissed.
It would.
So then he goes and he rescues his family, but then he gets captured because the king is like all powerful and he's got all these goons. And then he finds his clan. His mom's still alive. His girlfriend's alive. His best friend's there. Everybody's there. And they all hatch this idea of how to destroy the vault with the human May, who's also captured there. And May is just trying to stop monkeys from doing anything.
On
He's like-
on the journey there, they find May and they befriend her, and she kind of joins up with Noah and
Yeah.
the orangutan.
Oh, there was
I can't
did you
remember.
get the moment where May, like after the first movie, it was Caesar. It was like, oh my God, monkeys can talk. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Now it's, oh my God, humans can talk.
Yeah,
Holy
yeah.
shit.
We're definitely evolving.
We've switched now.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like May, she's getting chased by one of the gorillas, and she like leaps out of the grass and she goes, Noah, and everybody's like, what?
Yeah.
Freaking monkey talked? What the heck is going on?
Mhm.
And then they run and they become friends. But May is like real like anti-ape. She's like, you don't belong in this role. We need to stop you from evolving because this is human planet and you are not in charge.
What you find out at the end of the movie is that May is literally a vault dweller from Fallout.
Yeah.
Who was out on a mission out in the world.
Yep.
And she comes from a group of people in their vault who have been there for, I don't know, I guess
hundreds
a couple
of
hundred years now.
Yep.
And she's looking for a communications chip,
a satellite
uplink chip that she knows is in this vault that all of a sudden the monkeys are trying to get into. And her quest is to get a chip from this vault and take it back to her people so they can do their thing. So
so can monkeys
and
humans live together peacefully?
No.
4 movies we've had that same question answered.
You do not mix with monkeys
all 4 times.
Okay.
What's funny is the storyline of the first Fallout game was you had to leave your vault to find a water chip to regulate the water.
This is Fallout mixed with Planet of the Apes.
Yep.
That's where they're going. And in the end of this movie,
Fallout of the Apes.
Pretty much. I mean, that's exactly what it is.
The Fallout.
Yeah.
The Fallout of the kingdom of the apes.
They've definitely set up for future movies. There's 2 factions now. There's the smart humans who talk. They have not been infected by the disease. They're living underground and all this kind of stuff. And then there's the monkeys who are kind of primitive still, but they're evolving quickly. And the more they learn, the quicker they're going to advance.
Yeah.
So it's pretty fascinating. If you remember the original movie from the 70s or whatever, when they found the humans and they were worshiping the nuclear missile.
Yes. Yeah. I know.
Well, that's kind of
what's happening.
Parallel, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's where they're going, but they're taking those stories and putting a twist on them. So
look, I'm not mad at this movie.
It's gonna be cool.
I'm not mad at this movie. It was fun. I just don't. I want them to be better because I'm losing interest really, really quickly.
Really?
Yes.
I'm more interested now that they got the human element.
But that was already there.
It really wasn't, because to me the humans were done. The humans are like cave people living out in the wilderness.
In the second movie, it was humans trying to get power from a dam so that they could light up the city that they lived in. And then in the third movie,
that was like 5 years after the initial.
Yeah, and then in the third movie, it was a bunch of smart human military,
which was immediately after that second movie.
Right, and they're trying to gain a foothold using force, using military might. And Woody Harrelson was kind of a psychopath.
This movie's hundreds of years later,
right?
And
now we have smart humans doing military stuff again. It's the same thing over.
We've got a small faction of humans living in a vault. Most humans are living like cave people out in the forest if they're the ones that are still alive.
Yeah.
And they can't talk.
There's the Charlton.
They're living in the Charlton Heston humans.
Right.
Go out there and
wrangle them up.
So,
what were you gonna say?
I was gonna ask you. You watched how many this week?
5.
4, 3, 2, 1.
4 of them.
Do you want to rank them? How good each of them?
The first one's the best.
Yeah.
Okay.
First one's by far the best.
I think they go in the same order that they've been released. I would, except for the new trilogy.
I like the Woody Harrelson one more than I like the second one.
Yeah.
The second one with the dam and the pacifists and Gary Oldman's in it for some reason.
He's Gary Oldman.
Is he amazing in it though?
Yeah, of course he's amazing in it. He's Gary Oldman.
Fantastic.
He's phenomenal.
He's anything with Gary Oldman in it, but gets an extra star.
The plot of that movie was real boring though, because it was like, we're gonna turn power on, and that was the whole movie was them trying to figure out how to turn power on, and then there was like this fight, and I was like, I don't care.
Donut Lord in the chat wants to know if we talked about the zebras yet. No,
I forgot about the zebras.
Zebras, clearly they escaped from a zoo and bred,
which is probably why they were from San Diego. That makes so much more sense now. Okay, yes, it's got to be based.
There's probably a
San Diego.
pack of lions out there somewhere.
I was hoping for that, dude. I'm not even joking.
Yeah,
when they were like hiking and they found that river and they were like, "What the fuck is that?" It was a zebra. I was like, "Oh, I hope a freaking lion comes out."
Yeah.
I'm like, I was so jazzed for it. It didn't happen. Like, God dang it. So it's. My issue is just this it's a rinse and repeat with these freaking plots.
Well, it's kind of what
I'm like, can we do
what is the old adage, Matt? There's only like 12 different plot lines in movies or some stuff. So we're gonna get some
you made 4 of the same movie, man.
Yeah. And that's okay. And the next one's gonna be the same message.
Man.
Game over, man.
The next one's gonna be the same message.
I'm over it.
and I'm okay. Just make it interesting. Make it fun.
How'd you feel about Noah taking over as Caesar's like main character replacement?
He should.
Do you think he fills that role?
I think he does. I think he's a character that starts out very naive and young and dumb, and the movie goes on and the series is going to go on, and he's going to get smarter and more heroic, and he's probably going to have some more trials and tribulations coming up in the next movie, and it's going to be good. I have no issue with these movies. I think they're fun. Give me more.
I did like that last battle scene on top of the silo.
There's going to be a scene in the next movie where him and May are going to have some kind of like Darth Vader Luke moment. Where he's going to have to kill May or something.
did. You know what? I really appreciated this part of the movie. Is at the very, very end, and May comes back after they rebuild the Eagle Town, and Noah's in charge now. May shows up again, and she's like off in the distance, and he sees her, and he goes, "Oh, this bitch again!" And he walks over to her, and they start going. They
have a really good conversation,
a really important conversation. Like the whole time,
this planet belonged to humans.
Yeah, that they're at odds. Like they like each other. They're frenemies.
Yeah,
but at one point, May picks humans over apes,
and as she should. Yeah,
and he's gonna pick apes over humans. And it's gonna be this constant battle. So I'm all for that. It's very interesting. But the whole time she's doing this, the camera goes to the back.
She's got
a gun in her back pocket with her hand on it, ready to cap
his ass.
Ready to cap this ape if he says something she don't like. And I was like, God damn, this bitch is dark.
Humans cannot be trusted.
No, they cannot. No,
humans. We've been saying that for years on this podcast now.
Yeah.
He's like, humans are a virus. Anyway, you know,
that scene from the Matrix.
The scene from the Matrix. Yeah. That should be the way. I mean, that's just us. That's us. Yeah. I'm sorry, it is. So
but it's got its moments. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I think I was just overdone with ape movies this week because I watched them all, and I'm just like. I'm like,
what is wrong with you?
Oh my God. I had to keep up.
I paced these out over like 6 weeks.
Okay, listen. I could not go to another movie that I hadn't seen the prequel to without hearing about it from you guys.
I get it.
So I had to watch them all.
You hadn't seen these before?
No, I've never seen them. Oh, I watched the first one with James Franco, and that's the last one I saw. I haven't seen the Woody Harrelson. I didn't see the other one with the dam.
All right, that's fine.
And so I had to go back and I had to watch them so I'd have context for what was happening. And honestly, I saw somebody a minute ago asked if they needed to go back and rewatch the old movies.
I believe that was a Dork Knight super.
Was it? I don't. Oh, was it a super chat?
We'll get. I don't know.
Okay. We'll get to it in a minute.
Tab, Alex.
Start. Oh, did you start it?
Yeah.
There's only 2 in here.
There's 7. Hold on.
Yeah, I think I've got all of them.
Yeah, I got them too. I don't know.
It's not going to my account. I'm only seeing 2. Side Scrollers is a new member to the channel. What's up, Side Scrollers? What's going on? Thanks, Greg. Appreciate the membership.
Yeah,
enjoy the extra content. Okay.
So let's finish this up and then we'll do super chats.
Yeah. So final thoughts on this. Good movie, beautiful to look at, lots of fun, lots of action, more action oriented than I think the previous 2. The Woody Harrelson one was a little slow, and the damn one was freaking super slow until the 3rd act. But I think these movies have a consistent issue with just bad logic at the end of the movie. Like they have to.
Really?
Yeah. Even the Woody Harrelson one.
Where he couldn't talk.
He could. Well,
got the disease.
That's all fine. That's all fine. My issue was like, okay, so he's a military commander who's like in charge of this little outpost.
And he went through some stuff.
He goes a little nuts, right? he goes apocalypse now.
Did his kid in?
Yeah. Right. He goes crazy.
He's crazy.
And then he has to get demoted. But in order to get demoted, the military that runs the whole thing says, hey, man, you're fucked up. We need to get you out of power.
I thought Woody Harrelson was great in that movie.
He was cool. He's Woody Harrelson. It's like Gary
Oldman. Ass off in that movie.
Yeah, it's like Gary Oldman. I mean, they're never bad. It's never a bad.
Is Woody Harrelson a good actor?
Yeah, of course he is.
Is he up there? Is he up there in like
with Gary Oldman?
Is he up there with Gary Oldman?
I don't know about that.
But he's best when he's playing someone who's in a bad mood.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Well, he's best at playing crazy people. He's really good at playing crazy people.
Crazy, like White Man Can't Jump. Is that
Hamish?
You know, Zombieland.
What's that movie called? Shit, I can't remember. The one where he's got the glasses and he's a killer.
Do we need to have a Woody
Natural Born Killer.
Natural Born Killer.
Do we need to have a Woody Harrelson
detective?
We could have a Woody Harrelson.
Yeah. Oh, I've got some good Woody Harrelson movies. Yeah. That like the issue I had with that one, and we're backtracking a little bit. I apologize, guys, but like the military was going to come in and forcefully removed him from his position with a full tilt, every man boots on the ground assault to the front gate, and they had like Apache helicopters. How was your drink?
It's gone.
And they have like Apache helicopters, and they've got tanks.
Yeah.
And he's in like a stick building.
Stick fort.
And I'm like, and they all died because of an avalanche. It was just like, it was dumb. It was just real dumb. And the dam was probably more logical than that one, but it's always like this, like, really.
There's always a weird, like, epic finish in that third act that kind of is weird.
It's weird. It's always weird.
What's your grade?
For this one?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's probably a solid, I don't know, middle of the road, 2.5.
Okay, that's exactly where I thought you were gonna go.
Yeah, it's good. It's not great.
Okay.
It's going in an interesting direction, I think, but I need them to stop saying the same thing over and over.
Well,
again.
that's what these movies are all about. That's what the original movies were about.
Can apes and
humans were
live
kind of
together?
dumb. They're pieces of shit.
But we're 5 movies in now. Can we can we change it up a little bit?
Okay.
Just, come on.
Ultimately, though, can humans and apes?
No. Would you want to live with a bunch of apes? And the answer is no.
I don't even want to see the movie.
Yeah. So I think
damn dirty apes. Get your paws off me.
I think you know, I'm at 3.5.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, because I know I like this movies. This movie's in my I like apocalypse movies.
Yeah.
I like
caveman movies.
I like caveman movies. I like modern day CGI cartoons.
Uh-huh.
You know, this is a cartoon.
It's a cartoon, yeah.
It's a cartoon that you can't tell is a cartoon. You know, it's the I feel like the score is good, the animation's good, the CGI is good. It's a feast for my eyeballs. This movie has it checks off all the things I want. I don't have to have huge, deep story. I just want to be entertained. And this movie entertained me. So, you know, yeah, I think I'm gonna go 3.5.
Okay.
Solid 3.5. So yeah, I'll watch it again. I can't wait for this entire new trilogy to be out so I can watch them all together. And you know, the Noah trilogy. We have the Caesar trilogy. We have the Caesar trilogy. Now we have the Noah trilogy starting.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's I'm fine. I'm fine with this. It was a good movie. Go watch it. If you haven't seen it in the theater, go. This is a movie you should watch on the big screen.
Yeah, for sure. It's very pretty.
It's very pretty.
Yep.
So yeah.
Before we go, favorite moment.
Oh gosh, I don't know. Probably the first act when they were like introducing us to the world.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like hopping around the broken down city.
Yeah, hopping around, you know, whatever city that was supposed to be. I don't know what city it was.
I don't either.
I still don't know where we were.
Well, what's that?
I don't think it was. It might have been San Diego. I don't remember San Diego having that many skyscrapers.
What's the airport that looks like a futuristic space like thing? Where's that from?
I don't know. Maybe was it Denver or something?
No,
I feel like they were skipping all over the country with their vistas and their escapes.
I think they were still in California.
But it feels the coast was definitely somewhere in California. Yeah. Coronado. I think it was supposed to be Coronado was where that bunker was.
Okay.
So that's not San Diego, Coronado Navy base or whatever, or Marine base. Or,
I don't know.
Somebody in the chat probably knows where Coronado
Also, that silo is still there, and 90% of it is still dry.
Yeah.
So they could still just go back and.
I definitely remember seeing Coronado written on the side of that vault.
Okay.
So
that's interesting. I didn't.
Los Angeles. Okay. Anthony Mark says LAX. Okay, cool. So we're in LA.
LAX has the big flying saucer thing with the weird shape.
Yeah.
The one from from Face Off.
Yeah, I think so.
Face. Oh. Cool.
We should probably do some supers.
Yeah, we should do some super chats.
Right.
We got one from Danny, $5. Says, "Do I really even need to recall the previous movies to enjoy this one? My memory is BS. Before sobriety ain't so great. 71 days sober, by the way. Thank you. Congratulations,
job,
man. Thank
Good
you.
job.
I don't necessarily think you need to rewatch the old ones.
I think you should though, just to get your Caesar stories, because there's a lot of references to Caesar in it.
Yeah. Well, it's all about Caesar.
Yeah. If you haven't seen, go watch them. Watch them. You don't have to, but you should, just to get the proper amount of backstory.
If you know that what this is referencing, apes strong together.
Apes together strong.
You're fine.
Golden Arches?
Yeah, the ape song. Apes strong together.
Not kill ape.
Big Mac.
Apes together strong. That's
$5 from I almost said William Forbus. From Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson, welcome back. He says hello.
Hello.
I think that might be for Jude. Let's see what else we got. We got another $5. He says hola.
Hola.
That's for all of us.
This is bilingual.
Hola.
That was for Tito's.
Is for Senor Tito.
Senor Tito.
And then a new member to the channel is Side Scrollers. What's up, Craig?
Stuttering Craig.
Stuttering Craig?
Side Scrollers.
He's the
There
man.
might be Blabs.
It might be Blabs.
Might be Blabs.
I don't know who runs that.
I'm going on the show next month.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And the last.
Oh, didn't you ask me to go with you too? Right?
I did. You're going.
I
with me.
need to clear my schedule.
Yeah, you need to clear your
I'm
schedule.
supposed to be at work.
I do not like to go on other people's shows alone.
I get it.
Especially ones that get 5,000
He needs a
views.
show, but
I get it.
Side Scrollers they had 5,000 live viewers the other day.
They had
Wow.
6,000.
It's like that's a lot of fucking people.
We got 64.
Got 64. Let's go. Yeah. So
Mr. Chai Chai gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much.
all right,
Make sure
nice.
if you collect one of those gifted memberships, make sure to shout out Major
Yeah.
Chai Chai in the chat.
Major Chai Chai hooks us up on Saturday mornings.
Awesome.
That's always nice. Thank you,
deal.
sir, for your patronage. We very much appreciate you.
Nerdy Neo
Yeah.
says Alex and Vader on Side Scrollers. Let's go.
Let's go.
As long as we talk about our Lord and Savior Helldivers, I'll
That's
be
right.
fine.
We
Yeah,
got-
go
we
check
got-
out our gaming channel. We just crossed what 600 subs on
The
that.
600 subs on there. If you haven't gone to that channel yet, go check it out. And
Yep.
we got a new
New episode coming today.
episode coming this evening. It's
Yep.
gonna be awesome.
Now Anthony Mark, and I'm going to bring him up because he's a member and he's a longtime supporter of the show.
I don't think Anthony likes me.
He says,
Every
I
time,
have-
everybody
listen,
has to be in
e-
love with you.
every
Abe.
time we do a Saturday show, he does a synopsis. Such and such was great today. They really were
oh
profound.
yeah, on our Discord.
And it's
Yeah.
never about me. I was the star last week. Okay. I said some really profound shit last week on Saturday. And Anthony's like, oh, Tom was the greatest thing in the world. Tom Connors. It's like, listen, man, you need to kiss my ass a little bit.
That's what
Okay.
William Forbus.
This is the Tito's talking a little bit here now. But
Oh.
I would appreciate some love on the Anthony Mark.
He just said that he's
Thanks.
aligned with you in this
Yeah.
very
What
chat.
is this?
Yeah,
What happened?
Hearing.
this is his chat. Here, check it out, man.
So
It
you-
says I have to respectfully disagree with Alex, so I am more aligned with Vader.
Who's that?
That's Anthony.
Anthony.
All right, my man, my man, my man, Anthony. Let's go. Yeah, right on.
Amazing.
That's hilarious.
Latino
And then
slants in the house. Right?
Quantum Cat mentioned in our Discord. It says Vader, the Easter Island movie is Rapa Nui.
That's the one. We're watching it. Sorry, guys. When my month comes up, we're watching the naked
Is that a
dudes.
commentary or a review?
No, it's no. We're
You better write it down because you're gonna forget.
No, I won't.
It's in the chat.
It's actually I actually like that movie.
Oh,
It's about a
I'm-
bunch of native naked dudes running around, and they have a race to collect eggs on the island off Easter Island. And then
Sounds like a Vader movie.
it's
Yeah.
it's really good. I liked it.
I need to watch. I need to go.
Full star for Dick.
I want to go nautical, and this is not nerdy, but I need to go nautical with my next pick. I want to do like the Bounty or
Ooh.
Master and Commander
That's cool.
or
Yeah.
something. Like I want to go like
You're gonna go some Russell Crowe.
yeah,
The
Russell
Storm.
Crowe,
Okay.
or Anthony Hopkins
Yeah.
and Mel Gibson in a
Yeah.
boat movie with naked
Let's-
chicks with
let's
no
do
islands.
it.
Men in turtleneck sweaters.
Yes.
Talking in like very stoic English.
Yes.
Cigars.
Yeah. Take your sherry glass.
Yeah.
How dare you mutiny against me?
So Pirates of the Caribbean.
No, not Goofy. Serious.
Yeah,
Masters of the Universe. Have you ever seen Master and Commander?
those guys. That's a hard life.
You've never seen Master and Commander?
Oh, I guess we're
That is
watching
the
that one too.
dudest of dude movies ever. It's so freaking good. It's
It doesn't
unbelievable.
sound like the Judest of Jude movies. though.
Courage, lad.
It's so good. All right. What else we got?
There's so much.
So-
movies.
Moby Dick.
I'm pulling an audible here,
Okay.
and I would like to talk a little bit about a movie called Unfrosted.
Oh, I knew he was going to
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't
Just-
seen it.
just
I can't talk about it.
rape the podcast with that movie.
Well, we've been dominating. We've dominated for the last first
We have,
45.
we have.
Let's let these guys.
All right. Well, I've seen it.
I have not.
I watched it because it's Jerry Seinfeld.
I'm just gonna go fuck off.
So, do you have a
So-
synopsis for it? Did
I
you? He
don't.
didn't prepare you for this?
No.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
I didn't realize we were going to talk
Can
about
we get to one super chat before we go there?
Yep.
Okay. We got $4.99 from John Carter from Mars. It says,
John Carter from Mars.
well, y'all just encouraged me to see it in IMAX in Orlando tonight. Love the podcast. Thank
Nice.
you, man. Yeah, enjoy your show.
He's talking
Look,
about the monkey movie.
I think he's talking about the monkey movie.
Okay.
Go get your poster.
I'm hanging that up in my house.
You should. Actually, I want to start decorating the office with like
We
cool shit.
should.
Thank you, sir, for the $4.99. Enjoy your movie. IMAX, it'll be gorgeous. It really is a
It's very pretty.
very pretty movie.
Gorgeous.
It's very
Gorgeous. Okay, Unfrosted. Jerry Seinfeld's new movie on Netflix. It is about the creation of the Pop-Tart, but it has like a weird alternate history comedic take to it.
Yeah.
Well,
pretty. As it probably should.
the kind of like framing of the story is that Jerry Seinfeld runs into this kid who's running away from home at a I guess
like a diner,
like a soda shop or something like that.
Like a steak and shake.
Yeah, and to kind of keep him there until his parents can arrive, he starts telling him the story of Pop-Tarts, and then the movie is this story that he's telling the kid.
right?
And like actual serial characters or like characters in the movie.
Every comedian is in this movie.
Hugh, shit, what's his name? The British guy. He's been in a bunch of Guy Ritchie movies lately. Hugh Grant was the tiger, Tony the Tiger.
Yes.
Yeah, if we get to see him come up with the great.
Yeah, you get to see the whole creation of, oh, it's great. And they're like, oh, that's it. That's the one. Good job.
That's gold.
That's
That's
gold.
money.
That's gold. Jack.
Wait,
gold.
just you watched 5 8 movies and this movie this week?
No, this movie came out last week.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But I heard a lot of people talk about how surprisingly funny this movie was. I didn't necessarily find it funny, but it was very like humorous and whimsical and like you know, like
it was charming. It was cute.
Yeah, you're watching it and you're like, I'm having a good time watching this. It's not necessarily like laugh out loud funny, but it has a lot of funny ideas in it.
Mm-hmm.
So Seinfeld.
Well, it's set
Yes.
in like the 1950s.
Yeah. So it's got like Mad Men
and so
references.
it has that kind of like
like funny misogyny.
comedic value. Yeah.
Probably a lot of smoking going on.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of smoking. But you know,
A lot of dames.
Yeah.
like it's about Kellogg's versus Post, you know,
Right.
the two big cereal companies, and like the people who work there, like they bring in like Jack LaLanne at some point. Chef Boyardee is a character in it.
Donut Lord gets it.
There's an actual
Brown sugar cinnamon
Quaker.
is the best Pop-Tart. 100%. Sorry, I had to bring that up.
Yeah, but Jim Gaffigan plays like the head of like Kellogg's and stuff like that.
And he's in love with
the head of Post.
Amy Schumer, the head of Post.
Oh, Amy Schumer's in it?
yeah.
So is Melissa
Pass.
McCarthy.
Hard pass. I can't watch it now.
She's not the best part of this movie.
Can't watch it.
But Schmitty's her assistant.
Schmitty is
Yeah.
Schmitty's in this movie.
Schmidt.
So I thought it was cute. It was fun. It was it kept my attention. I didn't get bored watching it. It's got that Jerry Seinfeld type of humor, so it's like observational.
I love the Milk Mafia.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Milk Mafia is hilarious.
Did Larry David have anything to do with this movie?
I don't think
No.
so. Does he have like a writing credit?
Because when you put him and Seinfeld together,
It's gold.
that's when gold happens.
It's gold, Jerry.
It's gold, Jerry.
gold.
Yeah.
But there's actually I've been hanging around Tom a little bit too much lately.
Yeah.
And
Stunt cock Tom.
Stunt cock Tom,
Yeah.
and my conspiracy dial has been cranked to 11, and I'm watching this movie.
I know exactly what you're gonna
Right,
say.
I'm watching this movie, and they have to. Jerry Seinfeld is like the head marketing or whatever for Kellogg's. He has to go recruit smart people to help them with ideas on how to create this Pop-Tart. And he's like, well, I have to go get the greatest minds in the United States
In
to
the
go
biz,
in the
yeah.
business to go get these people to collaborate with me. So he has to go to a bunch of these places. He goes to NASA to Melissa McCarthy's there. She's like a technician for NASA or something like that.
Stu?
I don't remember her actual
Sam?
name. It's Melissa McCarthy.
No, she's like the head food scientist to figure out
Yeah.
how to get like tang
Oh, like
and
oh
freeze-
look, I've
Oh,
got
yeah,
it. Oh
she's
yeah,
doing
she's got like
Tang.
Twinkies in a tube. Like look, Twinkie in a tube and like shit like that.
Man, I love Tang.
Um,
Tang is good
she's
hot.
sitting there mixing it, and she's like, "Here, taste this." And he's like, "It has a good tang to it." He's like, "That's a good name."
Have you ever had hot?
It's that kind of humor.
Have you ever had hot Tang?
Hot tang,
Yeah.
like warm, like temperature hot.
like
tea hot.
like poontang.
Oh, it's so good. drink it hot.
Gross.
Drink it hot, dude. Like
No, dude.
boiling hot.
No.
It is the best.
No
I
way.
swear to God.
You're out of your mind.
Swear to God.
You're out of your mind. What was I got derailed. Okay, so he's in the NASA headquarters talking to Melissa McCarthy, trying to convince her to go with him to Kellogg's, and she's like, "Why would I want to leave? I work at NASA.
We're going to the moon.
We're going to the moon." And Jerry Seinfeld almost breaks the fourth wall, and he goes, "The moon? You really think you're going to the moon?" And she goes, "No, of course not." And then they drive away in the lunar.
And they go make a Pop-Tart.
And they drive away in the lunar lander, and he's like, "I can't believe they leave the keys in these things," and they just drive away in it. And I'm like, freaking Hollywood is trying to tell us something. They all know it.
Oh.
Nobody wants to say it.
What's funny, Alex, is that there's actually a movie coming out starring Channing Tatum about
Faking the moon landing. They keep trying to tell us.
I saw that trailer and I go, I guess I gotta go watch this one with Alex. God dang it.
It's just so funny to me how like they just beat it over the head.
Yeah.
They're like, "You're going to the moon, really?" And she's like, "No, of course not." That's
But
so
they only
stupid."
made it. They only made it in case the moon landing failed. So we can say we actually really did it.
That's the official explanation. We made this video
I'm actually really looking forward to that.
in case we fuck it up. Fucked up.
Yeah, in
this
case
other
we
one.
fuck it up. Yeah. It's good
just in
stuff.
case, so that we can actually show you. It was just like just in case lie.
Yeah.
It wasn't an actual lie.
That's not what we use, though.
No.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
No.
There's a lot of funny bits in Unfrosted. Like, for instance, they recruit this former German scientist who invented the
That's right.
the sea monkeys
Yeah.
to help them kind of figure out the Pop-Tart stuff.
Ryan Shrimp.
And he forms a very close relationship with Chef
Chef Boyardee.
and their love springs forth a mutant ravioli,
Ravioli.
filled with sea monkeys that
there's-
become sentient.
There's nothing better than Chef Boyardee raviolis, guys.
Those are pretty good.
They're pretty
They're
good.
pretty good.
The mini raviolis are the next level.
I forgot about that guy. Yeah,
Snap.
it's the dude from Reno 911, right? Yeah.
And they keep making references to like his background. throughout the
Bill
movie.
Burr shows up as John F. Kennedy.
Oh,
Yes.
he was fantastic.
So funny.
Yes.
He was so good at
I guess
it.
I guess I
Pitch
gotta watch
perfect,
this
dude.
now.
Pitch perfect. He's like, oh, you guys draw like third graders. John could draw a lot better than that, and I think there might be something wrong with him. It's just he's so spot on. And then when he's like, oh, the twins are here. Are they dressing like they told them to? Yeah.
Are they in the outfit?
Are they in the outfits? Okay, good.
No,
Good.
he said the Doublemint.
The
twins are
Doublemint
here.
twins are here. It's all these like references to food products and shit. Very funny movie. Very funny. Not laugh out loud. I think you're right, Kate. It's not like a laugh out loud while you're watching it, but it's funnier if you talk about it
Yeah,
afterward.
like Peter Dinklage is like the head.
Yes.
Of, like,
Wait, what?
the
Peter
milk
Dinklage is in this
mafia.
movie?
Yeah, Peter Dinklage is in this movie.
Everyone's in this movie.
Everyone.
Wow.
But like they kidnapped
does
Jerry
he-
Seinfeld because like any breakfast that doesn't involve milk is like off limits.
Yeah.
So they're
This
trying
is the
to
milk mafia.
yeah. So they're trying to intimidate them. And by the way, Christian Slater plays like the main enforcer of the milk mafia.
Is Christian Slater in a
In a
Renaissance period?
I don't know.
of his
What else has he
career?
been in?
He might be.
Well,
Well, he was.
he's in that.
this-
He's in that movie coming up with Space Skater guy.
he was in
Channing
Channing
Tatum.
Channing Tatum. Yeah.
He was in Mr. Robot, and now he's in the Spiderwick Chronicles.
Yeah.
For Roku.
But there's that movie coming out with Channing Tatum where he's like this billionaire dude with an island, and it's a horror movie.
Oh yeah, that mystery.
And I don't feel like I've seen Christian
What?
Slater in anything
Have
for
you
like
had-
20 years.
Have you had that on this whole time?
No, Jude put it on my finger.
Oh, okay.
It's a pinky ring.
Freaking out for a
He
second.
needed-
I thought
He needed something to occupy
fiddle
his
with?
hands with.
I
Yeah.
get it. I thought he had a pinky ring on legit, and I was like,
I just,
whoa.
I'm just excited for Christian Slater to
Yeah.
to have a career renaissance.
Yeah.
Because I like the dude. He's cool.
A slate of
But
songs.
they send Jerry Seinfeld down like this like gauntlet of like cows whose butts are facing out towards like this
What do they say?
walkway.
Like, make him walk down the row.
Yeah, something like that. And Seinfeld gets traumatized by it, he's
Yeah.
like, "We got to pull out. We got to stop trying to make the the breakfast pastry type thing." This whole movie is just like one gag after another,
Yeah.
and they're not necessarily funny gags, but they're amusing, and you're just sitting there like, "Oh yeah, that's good."
It's true.
All right, I'm watching it.
should.
I'm
You'll
watching
like it.
tonight.
You'll like it. It's cute.
Yeah.
My late night watch.
My standout scene, maybe not my favorite. I think my favorite was the moon landing one, but when one of the characters dies and they have his funeral and they give him like the full honors of the cereal funeral and they fill it full of Kellogg's Frosted Flakes
What?
and then
milk?
dump milk in it and this casket starts floating in the milk and they're like, wow, that's a great honor.
They
And-
fold the cereal box into a flag and they present it to his wife.
And his wife's like, what the fuck am I gonna do with this shit? And they're like, this is a great honor. Your
It's
husband
such an honor.
and she's like, I don't need
She's
this
like,
shit.
who's paying for this?
And it's presented by Snap Crackle and
Yes,
Pop.
Snap,
Oh my
Rice Krispies.
god! All right, I can see why people, because I've seen a lot of people like on Twitter and
Yeah.
stuff that like do not like this movie
Oh, really?
because they don't get the humor. But it seems
It's
like
absurd.
it
but
feels
it's
very
charming.
like
It's
this is it,
absurd.
absurd humor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of probably
It's
kind of
like-
subversive a little bit in
Yeah,
a lot of ways.
yeah.
So I get it. A lot of people aren't going to get it. So I think I'm probably going to love it. from
Yep.
What I'm hearing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But there's this whole part towards the end where they're trying to get their Pop-Tart recipe certified, and all the cereal mascots are like rioting out front.
Yeah.
They revolt.
And
Because
it's,
they
and
want,
it's
like Snap, Crackle, and Pop want to make a record because they think that they can branch outside of cereal.
but the guy who plays Tony the Tiger gets dressed up as like the
Hugh
shaman.
Grant.
Oh, the shaman,
The
from,
shaman
from this January
from
6th.
January
What?
Yeah, yeah, there's a January 6th reference.
Oh my
and so like there's this huge
He's got
riot.
horns.
That's
He's
like
got horns, and
January
he's
6th.
Tony the Tiger, but he looks like the shaman.
And he's got like face paint.
I forgot about that shit.
And like the mascots are all like dying
so
and like
dumb.
falling off like the building.
They're trying to climb the building.
And there's a peacock. No. What's the toucan? The toucan,
yeah.
but it's a
Toucan
black
Sam?
guy who sings opera.
Toucan Sam?
Yeah, Toucan Sam.
I love Fruit Loops. They're my favorite. Man.
But he sings opera the whole time.
I was a Fruit Loops and Apple Jacks guy.
Apple Jacks are
Those are my favorite sugary
Dude.
cereals. Yeah.
Apple
If-
Jacks is great.
If I wanted to sadistically injure myself, Captain Crunch is the way to go.
Yeah.
But you will not have like your mouth will be in
As an adult, I've grown to appreciate Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh,
Well,
But I'd much rather
what's funny
eat Apple
is
Jack.
that in the movie they have like the 6 top cereal families, and one of them is the Quaker Oats guy.
Yeah.
And he's just like the guy who's on Quaker Oats.
The Amish
He's a
guy?
literal
Yeah, the Amish
Quaker,
guy.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
funny.
yeah, that's right.
Quaker. I guess he's a Quaker.
Yeah, he is. He's
Yeah.
legit dressed
Yeah.
like the guy on the bottom.
And like he never changes, and so all the other cereal families like make fun of him.
Yeah.
because
So what's
like,
your grades?
well, I'm not done talking about.
Oh,
Oh, keep going. Yeah. What else you got?
Well, so like there's the cereal award show that
I don't.
It's
happens.
like the Oscars.
Oh,
yeah, it's like the
yeah.
Oscars
Yeah.
for cereal.
I'm going to step out while you guys
Yeah,
wrap
go ahead.
this up.
and
Go back.
and there's this one award for like the most use of niacin in a cereal.
Best use of knives.
Best use
Yeah.
of niacin.
I love the ones where their prototypes for the Pop Tarts are like, how are we gonna get freaking fruit stuff in the middle of this thing
They're here for
without it
you.
expiring? And then they like put it in the toaster, and then it like explodes in the guy's mouth because it's so freaking hot, and it's all like, it's a failed experiment. God dang it.
And there are these 2 kids who keep dumpster diving, because like all like the failed experiments get like put out there, and that's how
Oh,
They
and they're like, look at
discovered-
this stale thing of Rice Krispies with melted marshmallows in it. This is amazing.
no, like this movie was incredibly amusing to watch.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's getting enough attention, honestly. Like it's kind of like
It's underrated.
low key like Netflix gem, I think. But it's Jerry Seinfeld's directing debut.
Oh, he directed it too?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Solid.
All right.
I'm all for it. Dude, I still watch Seinfeld, the old show. Like it's still on repeat on when I'm cooking or doing dishes or whatever. Like I just throw it on my phone and put it in the background and just watch George Costanza's life fall apart. It's great. So I'm all
Gotta
for
make
it.
good time.
I'm a big fan of Jerry Seinfeld. I like his stuff. So yeah, I would say Vader asked what our rating was going to be. I honestly I watched it and I kind of just like, yeah, it was fine. But now talking about it with you guys, it was way funnier. I think it might deserve like a rewatch with like a little bit more of like a sit down and actually like see if I can, get these jokes going a little bit more.
Yeah, like the guy who plays Jack LaLanne, I forget his name, but he
It's
was
James Marston.
James Marston. Yeah. So like Jack LaLanne was like an actual person who he was like the juicing king. He was like a health and wellness guy, and he would sell juicers on infomercials.
Mm-hmm.
But this was when he was like super old, but like he was wearing that same like blue jumpsuit that the character was wearing.
Yeah.
It's just like very imaginative, very funny kind of movie. But you're right, Alex. It's like when you're watching it, you're like, this is okay. But then like when you sit down and you talk about it and like you remember like the gags and stuff, it becomes like really
way
funny.
funnier.
Yeah.
Way funnier.
It's a lot like was it Captain Fall on Netflix?
Yes. Yeah. Captain Fall, and you're watching it, you're like, this is like weird and disturbing. But then you start talking about it and you're like, Jesus, that was genius.
Like that guy with the one
With the one hair off his mustache. He's like, you're stepping on my mustache. It's like, oh shit, sorry, man. Yeah, definitely worth a watch. It's on Netflix. If you already have Netflix, you're not paying anything extra for it. Go check it out. It's worth an hour and a half of your time. It's pretty funny. Tom watched it and he said he thought it was really funny as well. So that's the 4 of us.
high praise from Tom.
High praise from Tom.
Yeah.
I
don't know. He's been texting me about some weird movies lately.
Oh, he watched a wacky one the other day.
Yeah.
He was telling me all about it. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to watch
I,
that, dude.
Mm.
I hope Tom can join you guys because we haven't had Tom on the show in a long time.
Yeah.
But I'm taking a week, maybe 2 off in June because I'm going on a
Mm.
trip. So hopefully he can come in.
Okay. I'm gonna give it a solid 3 stars, I think, on my part for Unfrosted on Netflix. It's definitely underrated. I don't think people are talking enough about it. So go check it out. What about you, Jude? What's your
Well, I mean, if I'm putting it in the realm of Jerry Seinfeld's movies, it's a 5 out of 5.
Right, 'cause
That's
this is the only
one.
one.
You know,
Yeah. For like a Netflix original movie, I'd give this like a 3 stars. Yeah, 2.5, 3 stars. I think it was a really fun watch, but kind of forgettable.
I watched
Talking about it was more fun, but I kind of forgot that we watched it until we started talking about it, and then I was like, "Oh yeah, that was really funny." So like right down the road, 2.5, 3 stars.
good old Netflix. I watched a Netflix movie last night with my wife. Mother of the Bride. Sucked.
Mother of the Bride.
That's
terrible.
with Brooke Shields.
Brooke Shields.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's let Matt rate this one first, and then we can talk about it.
No, we don't have to.
Yeah, so like I'm in alignment with Jude. Like watching this movie, it's like a 2.5-star movie, but talking about it's like a 4-star movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always more fun to talk about bad movies with friends, right?
It wasn't a bad.
It's not a bad movie.
Yeah.
2.5.
It's the same way like drunk memories are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
You remember that time we did that thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way funnier than when it actually happened.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we're talking Riddick. What are we talking?
We got any more things to talk about in the super chats?
I don't think we have any super chats.
Big Dick Riddick?
Big Dick Riddick.
Big Dick Richard
Richard B. Riddick.
Richard Beef Stick.
Wait, so okay.
Riddick.
It came out somewhere on social media this week that Riddick's full name is Richard.
It's always been that.
Has it always, I don't
Yeah,
remember.
It's always been.
I've seen these movies plenty of times. I don't remember ever anybody calling him Richard.
Nobody calls him Richard in the movies.
No, but it's in his
In his prison sentence
his prison
thing.
tag. Yeah.
It's Richard B. Riddick. When they take him to the crematoria, is that what it's called?
Yeah, crematoria.
Or crematorium or
I
something
don't
like
remember that. I guess I've seen
They-
that movie.
The hot
plenty
They
of-
say
I
his
watched
name.
that movie yesterday,
Really?
and I don't remember seeing that. But maybe I just
Watch
missed
our
it.
watch our review of all 3 Riddick movies,
Yeah.
and we mentioned it in.
I don't remember reviewing.
Well, we
these
gave
movies.
him the nickname.
I gotta quit drinking when we do
Just gonna put this.
because I don't remember shit. Oh, this has a tonic and
Are you switching to gin now?
I'm gin.
Oh my God.
No.
Yeah, Richard B. Riddick is his actual name. I like Richard
Richard
Beef
Big-
Stick. What did you
No,
call him?
Richard Big.
Beef Stick Richard.
Dick Big Riddick.
Yeah, Big Dick Riddick.
Richard B. Riddick. Yeah.
So yeah, we got Pitch Black, we got Chronicles of Riddick,
Yeah.
and we got Riddick, which is the one with your girl. What's her face?
Okay, just
Kate,
we're going to talk about Riddick movies for a second.
Sure.
But the preface for this
Mhm.
is that they're starting a 4th Riddick movie.
Yes.
It was announced this week that Vin Diesel and whoever, they're actively going to be filming this movie
Good.
like later this year or
And
something,
Vin
right,
Diesel
Matt?
owns the rights to these, right?
I think he's very heavily involved.
He's
in it.
invested.
Yeah.
Like probably,
He owns them, doesn't he?
I don't know if he owns them.
and it's been like 10 years since
He
the
does
last
own the
movie
rights
came
to
out.
He
Yeah,
does own.
yeah.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah.
Smart.
It's been a while.
This is his character, dude.
Yeah.
Like I like
everybody thinks that,
Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious is thing.
No.
I don't like those movies. When I think of Vin Diesel, I immediately go to Richard Riddick.
Yes.
Okay, Richard. Like, I can't-
He's always said that.
Richard
Yeah.
Riddick.
Richard
Richard
Riddick.
Richard
Dick.
Beef Stick. Riddick.
Big Dick
Yeah.
Riddick.
He-
But
I just call him Beef Stick.
so I am really excited that we're getting
Yeah.
a 4th movie. And so anyway, that was what kind of was the impetus for what's our favorite Riddick
It's like
movie, but-
especially after like the 3rd movie Riddick.
Yeah.
Because like at the end of the Chronicles of Riddick, you have him basically elevated to Emperor of the Universe.
right.
And then Riddick, he gets dethroned, and it's basically the same movie as Pitch Black
Yeah.
from that point on.
Yep.
It's a great starting place, though.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What,
I mean,
go ahead.
Riddick. The character Riddick is best when he is the underdog
Mhm.
Yeah.
who has to take on unimaginable odds and win out the day because he's just a freaking savage animal warrior. Like nobody can stand up to him because he's just so good at what he does. But you have to put him in the right place. Like you can't have him. You can't have Richard B. Riddick doing a freaking,
Richard B.
Listen, Richard B. Riddick.
You can't have him in like some freaking, a cityscape, running around Coruscant or something like that. Like you
Yeah.
have to have him like on his own,
Uh-huh.
singled out, being hunted. Like that's his
So
jam.
the plot for this movie is going to be called Riddick Furia.
Okay.
Yeah.
He goes back to his home planet of
Riddick
Furia.
Furiosa.
Oh, I know, right?
He goes back to his home planet of Furia, and the few Furians that are left there, who are just like him apparently,
Yeah.
are being hunted by some type of monster, and he has to like save the rest of his species.
Perfect.
Like,
I love it.
Love it.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to go to Furia and see what Furians are all about
Since
since the
Chronicles.
beginning.
Yeah.
So like
This is a planet of badasses.
yeah,
Okay.
Pitch Black. Pitch Black was like a standoff, like
Mhm.
Riddick was like a weird character that
It was a weird little horror movie.
Yeah,
Sci-fi
like a
horror
standalone horror movie.
Okay.
Then when they did Chronicles of Riddick, it
Yeah.
became this big space opera,
Right.
and it was like this
Chronicles
huge.
was a bit ridiculous.
It was a bit ridiculous.
Still gonna watch it.
I had fun though.
Yeah.
But that's when they started mentioning Furia and the prophecy and how all the Furians were killed by the Lord Death Commander, or whatever the hell his name
And
is.
then Riddick
Yeah,
tied,
necromongers.
Riddick tied it together and set it up for like, now we can have an actual sequel.
Yeah, and Katie Sackhoff still keeping it.
Katie Sackhoff and who wasn't Batista in that movie as well?
Batista?
Was he in the
in the third one?
I feel like he was.
No, Carl Urban was.
Was it? No, he was in the second one.
The two movies.
He was Lord Vago or Captain Vago or whatever.
Captain Vago.
Commander Vago. I hadn't watched it for a while. And I'm looking. I go, that's Carl Urban. Oh, it is. Yeah, that's right. So,
dude,
that dude is all over.
Dane Judi Dench.
I was waiting for him to call somebody. I was waiting for him to call somebody a cunt. It's like, do it, do it, Vago.
I can't hear you. So we talked a little bit via text the other day about like, I mean, we've always talked about like franchises that they need to just stop with, but we talked about the other day about I brought it up, franchises that like can continue to go on, and I honestly think like everything that Vin Diesel has ever been in, keep it going. Fast and Furious, I'll take another one any day. Triple X, I'll take another one any day. Pitch Black, I'll take another one any fucking day.
Yeah.
He makes great serials.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. I completely forgot about that other one. Triple X.
Yeah.
I feel like
give me more.
Give me more Triple X.
Yeah.
To me, this there's so many IPs and the stuff out there that have just been done to death. You know, and this is one. It's been 10 years since the last one came out, which is
it's been a minute.
Crazy to me.
Feels good having like a sequel come out for the olds.
It's nice. It's nice that they can revisit this, and it's not going to be tainted, I don't think, by Disney.
None of his movies have ever been, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know about the Fast and Furious ones, but like the Riddick movies and the Triple X movies, I've never felt like they ever went political for any reason.
No,
they're always just like action movies.
They're just Richard Riddick being a badass.
Dude, is Vin Diesel?
He's gonna have to lose a little weight.
Yeah, well, I mean, he gets a little chubby between takes. It's fine. Who doesn't? You know what I mean? Who doesn't?
No big deal.
Ain't no big deal.
We all got a carb load for winter.
Just go to the gym. I mean, he lifted a car all by himself in that last Fast and Furious movies. He's doing all right.
Yeah.
But I feel like
it's all about family.
It's all about family.
He lives his life 1/4 mile at a time.
It's nice that there's at least one fresh IP out there that they can make a sequel to that at least me personally, I can get behind and enjoy.
The chat is calling for the pacifier.
Oh
this
one,
the chat goes too far.
Yeah, this one, give me Riddick movies and give me 8 movies, and I'll be okay.
Yeah,
we're good. There's still stuff out there that Hollywood can make that I'll enjoy.
I love the Riddick movies.
Yeah,
Big Dick Riddick.
Big Dick Riddick.
Yeah,
I'm stoked. I'm all for it.
Yeah,
man. Give me more of that. I love that world. I love the universe that they play around in. I like how weird it is. It's got a very unique style, especially Chronicles.
So
Chronicles had like a H.G. Geiger, like artistic style to it.
I did on Twitter this week. I did a poll. I just simply asked, "What's your favorite Riddick movie?" I did Pitch Black, Chronicles, and the third one, Riddick. And Pitch Black won overwhelmingly.
I voted Pitch Black.
69 to 29%, and then Riddick was 2%. Nobody liked that movie.
What?
Which is kind of crazy to me. My personal favorite is Chronicles. I love this. Like Chronicles. I love the look. Pretty much for the same reasons I like the 8 movies. I like Chronicles. I like the world building. I like the necromonger.
Yeah.
I like the look of the big Gothic statues, and how they just come into a world and fuck it up.
You keep what you kill, like that whole thing.
Yeah. I loved everything about it. The crematoria sequence.
That's a badass sequence, dude.
It's awesome.
It's a solid chunk of the middle of the movie, and I'm like, I'm not even mad.
I mean, when I think of epic scenes of just things that I think are cool in movies, that scene where Riddick meets the other Furian, who's like the right hand man to the Lord Commander, and he he
explains to him what's happening.
I've done a lot of really terrible things in my life. As a necromonger, I've done this, but as a Furian, I hope you go do this. And he takes his shit off and he walks out into the fire. Walks into the fire, just dies. That's a heavy scene.
Yeah,
that's a life-changing moment for the character of Riddick. It's deep. It's really, and it was really well done. you know, that one scene alone in that movie makes that whole movie worth watching to me.
I agree.
You know, I think it was really good.
That movie
And
also
that
has,
movie is like my favorite of the Riddick.
That movie also has the best one-liner. If you can't keep up, don't step up.
That's right.
I was like, God damn, that goes hard.
Yeah, and there's a lot of cheese in that movie too, which I love. But it's good. It's fine.
Was it
Jack Toombs? Toombs is a dick. Toombs gets everything he deserves.
But you love to hate him though. You love to hate him.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
He's a great villain because you're just like, God, I hope he gets his ass kicked.
And how
he always does.
And how they move the story along with Jack.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, Jack from the original movie.
Yeah. Good stuff. And that's the kind of stuff I like about these movies is they kind of move some shit along, you know, and then the third movie comes along and it's like, okay, we're done with this necromonger shit.
Yeah, we're gonna go back.
We're gonna take care of that in the first 2 minutes, you know, and then we're gonna move on to this new story. So
he gets a dog in the third one.
Yeah. He has a thing with animals.
Yeah,
you know, but you know, it's kind of cool.
The animal in me.
Yeah. So
you gotta pay 20 menthol cools, get your eyes glazed.
My favorite is Chronicles. Pitch Black won the poll. What are your guys' favorite of the three? So
well, Pitch Black is the better movie.
Yeah.
But I am with you on Chronicles. Chronicles is underrated. It's so fun and weird and unique, and it's got like deep moments like that. So like if I'm like a guilty watch, if I have all three movies in front of me and I'm like, which one do I want to watch right now? It's going to be Chronicles.
Every time,
Every time it's Chronicles.
Dame Judi Dench, dude.
Dame Judi Dench.
Fucking Dench is
Carl Urban.
A freaking elemental in this movie.
Yeah, dude.
Great stuff.
Love it.
Jude,
how about you, Jude?
You're making a great case for Chronicles. But for me, it's Pitch Black, then Riddick, then Chronicles.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa. You're going first, last, then third?
1, 3, 2.
Wow.
Yeah, 1, 3, 2.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Comment in the chat. What's your rating?
Yeah, what's your favorite
Kadish,
one?
How about you, buddy?
Pitch Black is the best of the trilogy.
Okay.
And I would go in order. So 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
That's fair.
Yep.
That's what.
See, there's not even any wrong answer for
no,
this
not really. Pitch Black's a great movie.
They're all
He's
great.
a purist.
That's fine. I don't blame him.
I mean, I like Riddick. Katie Sackhoff's in it.
Katie Sackhoff.
And she's, you know, it's Katie Sackhoff.
She's keeping it warm.
You get some nip slip in that movie too from Katie Sackhoff, don't
do you? I don't
think
remember.
you do.
I gotta watch it now.
I think you do because he mentions it in the movie. There's a line that I remember from this movie because it's like freaking. It's a line. He goes, "Your lipstick matches your."
That's right. That's right.
That's hard.
Well, yeah, he spies on her while she showers.
Yeah, dude. Remember that shit? God, these movies have good lines. We're getting. Let me see what the chat's saying. We got 213 from how do you say that? Cheery Kane? Is that what you say?
Yeah.
I think I apologize. I got
Pale Horse says Pitch Black Riddick Chronicles.
Nerdy Neo says 132. I'm with Jude.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where else is it? We got Pale Horse, Pitch Black, Riddick Chronicles.
I think,
okay. 1, 2, don't, 3 care.
You know, for me, when I look at like a Chronicles, I feel like I'm watching like a comic book put on a movie.
Have you seen the anime?
I have not, but I
you should check it out.
I saw it was there yesterday.
Check it
It's
out.
something that I
I can't remember what the name of it is. It's Riddick something escape from whatever. But he gets captured by like a collector of unique items in the universe, and it's like this weird, creepy, like he's in a museum, and they're like, "You're very unique. You're the last Furion. You're going to be part of my collection now." And he has to like escape.
But,
so he gets
there's some kind of collector out there.
Yeah.
It's very Star Trek.
But it's Vin Diesel. He does the voice work for it.
Nice.
So it's all real. Like it's part of it's canon. I think.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a solid movie. I had fun with it.
So yeah.
Dark Fury. Thank you.
Okay.
There's also a video game.
Oh really?
Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah. There's a Riddick video game.
Yeah, the video game's canon too.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. And it's another escape one. You have to escape from a prison.
Well, maybe
but
when I get tired of killing the automatons and
you can take your goggles off and things go like black and white.
I did notice, you know, watching Pitch Black again yesterday, he takes his goggles off a lot to get a different perspective on things, man. You know. So
dude, as part of like a character, like an element of a character that you do something where you're like, oh, you're different than everybody else.
Yeah.
When Riddick has those stupid goggles on and he goes, "It's time for business," and he just takes them off and his eyes glow, and you're like, "Oh shit!" That's good stuff, man. Anthony Mark. Since March 26th, I have praised Vader's performance twice on Saturday and Tuesday. Vader is the star today. Check Discord.
Bro, I was just giving you shit.
He's got receipts.
He doesn't have receipts. He's got it all up here in his head. He knows. The dude knows. But
yeah, Riddick Dark Athena was great. Is that the video game? Umazir?
Umazir. That's a new
Umazir?
name. I don't recognize that, but cool. Welcome.
Yeah. I'm all for it, man. I want more Pitch Black.
Anthony, can we mute Anthony until he or not Anthony?
No.
Can we mute Dork Knight until he ponies up $75?
Anthony, I don't know if you saw my comment in the chat, but there's a new Buffy book. Just FYI.
Ooh.
So we need to rename that Discord channel to just Anthony and Jude Talk Buffy.
I already did.
Yeah, we have one.
Yeah, it's
we
renamed.
have one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's renamed to Jude's
That's funny.
Buffy Corner
Jude's
or
Buffy
something
Corner
like
or something
But,
like that.
Yeah.
But Riddick. I'm really looking forward to this new movie. I hope it doesn't take 5 years for him to make it.
Let's all go together.
We absolutely will for sure do that. We'll just do it. So
Cool.
I love this franchise. It's one of the few franchises.
Whoa. Franchise?
Franchise. It's one of the few franchises that are active.
Yeah.
I like.
Yeah.
I look forward. Don't take my drinks, Jude.
I'm just smelling it.
That I
wanna
look
see what
forward
you did
to,
yourself.
What's going on. So yeah,
My stomach hurts just hearing what he put
it's
in.
not bad, is it? It's whatever.
Judging.
All right, the next thing we got. Now, you guys covered this on Saturday. Are we ready to talk about Lord of the Rings?
Sure.
Talk about Lord of the Rings. So apparently there's a Hunt for Gollum movie being made with Andy Serkis.
Yep.
Hunt for Gollum. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. In the books,
Like a paragraph.
in the books, there's mention that Strider and Gandalf went looking for Gollum for years after he had escaped from Sauron's lair or whatever. And is that what this movie's going to be?
I think so.
Apparently, but it might also be about so after Gollum first gets the ring, there might be like other characters looking for him, so it might be like a multi-time,
Right, because the king, Aragorn's forefather, dies. I can't remember his name. I apologize. He dies. He loses the ring in the river. Then Gollum finds it, and then he kills his friend, and then he disappears into the cave system. But during that period of time, is the ring still being looked for, like it is in the movies, or is it just kind of like, because in the prologue to the movie was like it was lost in time and people forgot about it and it became legend. So I don't feel like they're taking place during that period of time. I think it has to be during when Strider and Gandalf.
That's my understanding. That's when Strider goes looks for it.
But
looks for Gollum.
We're not going to get Hugo Weaving, or not Hugo Weaving.
DH.
Vigo. We're not going to get Vigo, and we're not going to get Ian
McKellen.
McKellen.
Yeah.
Right. So are we
They
recasting?
might recast a younger actor in the role, but my guess is that they're gonna, because Peter Jackson, he's got his Weta Workshop out there. My guess is they're going to be doing some crazy deep fake technology to essentially make a younger version of these on younger actors. So like it's going to look like young Vigo and young Ian McKellen.
Listen, after watching the Monkey movie, they can do whatever they want.
I don't know, man. You saw The Irishman.
I mean, the technology is there to where they can do whatever.
So here's how you do it.
I really
right.
believe that.
You could do it right with the Monkey movies, right? Those are really good. Everything looks cool. You could do it wrong with Indiana Jones and The Irishman. And I feel like de-aging is like, if you're going to put the old actor in the role and his body movements, it's going to look like an older actor.
I'm telling you, it's not going to be de-aging. They're going to try to basically take the technology to the next level.
They're going to use the Fall Guy technology.
Where basically, it's essentially they'll probably have like actors playing the roles, and then they're going to mimic the vocals using the original actors' voices.
God, that's so scary.
And deep fake, realistic looking faces onto the actors.
I mean,
are we okay with this?
Whatever.
Does it make it better that
It's
that
not
Peter
like
Jackson's
they're not
coming back?
resurrecting a corpse. Okay, so
No, but I don't know, dude. This seems like a weird subject.
Does Viggo Mortensen look like he's couldn't pull it off? If they can they recast the guy?
Is that 2024?
I wrote Viggo Mortensen 2024.
He looks good.
He looks pretty good.
He looked good.
Little de-aging, little effects. I think he'd do fine.
Yeah.
You know, if we can have
It's
Jeff,
Vigo.
Speaking of,
if Jeff Bridges wants to come back and play Tron, Vigo can come back and play Strider.
fair.
It's fine.
Yeah, but
I don't care.
Ian McKellen's like
Yeah,
can
but
barely walk.
There's a lot of makeup on that dude. There's a lot of hair. You know, I think
They're gonna shoot him from the shoulder up and then just have
yeah,
somebody else do the movements.
they can do a lot of really cool stuff with doubles and whatever.
Well, if anybody's gonna do it,
he
Peter
can
Jackson
literally voice the character like a
I don't know
cartoon.
if the character of
fun.
Gandalf ever looked like a strapping young man.
No,
No. But
I mean,
how old is Ian McKellen?
I mean,
Can
I'll find out.
you Google it real
Well,
quick?
Yeah.
the real question here is if they're doing
He's
like
probably 80.
a spin-off based off of like 2 sentences from one of the books, what other movies in the Lord of the Rings realm are they going to be
Tom
spinning off of?
Bombadil.
Apparently-
Yeah, give me a Tom Bombadil movie.
Apparently, there's 2 movies they're working on.
I
don't know what the second one is.
Bombadil.
He
You
was
don't
born
have
in
to bring anybody
1939.
back for it. You can just give me a Tom Bombadil
Yeah,
bottle.
Here's
Ian's
the pitch.
84 years old.
84.
That's pretty old.
Here's the pitch, Jude.
Yeah.
Okay, Tom Bombadil. All right. Tom Bombadil.
How much money would you like?
How much was the first Lord of the Rings movie made for? 200 million?
There were 3 movies.
It was $1 billion across the board,
hun-
right?
It was 100 million.
Oh, 100 million for all 3?
Yeah.
Oh, easy. Yeah, that much.
What?
Okay.
Um,
Are you gonna make 3 movies?
I don't think that's true.
Real? That's not.
I don't know. No, they were. I can't remember.
Doesn't matter.
Tom Bombadil in his lair in his
Yeah,
woods, right? Just living his life with his beautiful wife,
His wife, yeah.
and Saruman comes and tries to fuck around.
Yeah.
And he finds out.
So can
That's the movie.
I got a
Yeah.
movie?
You don't fuck with Tom Bombadil.
Yeah.
we-
And then
Tom
like
Bombadil-
100 years go by, and all of a sudden Saruman is like, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
So
Yeah, this is
I want to
this
make
is
a
crazy.
movie about a treant named Jeff, and I want to hire Don Lemon to play a black elf, and some random white chick to play Galadriel
Uh-huh.
or
They,
whatever.
they already did that.
Yeah, they did that. Isn't there
Oh.
season like 17 coming out now of that show?
Season.
Ooh, I'm not
There's
watching.
only one.
I didn't watch the
There's
first
only
one.
one season.
You guys
though.
covered that on Saturday because I was like,
Yeah,
I'm not
we're
talking
never
about that
doing
shit.
that again.
I'm not talking about that shit.
I'm not doing that shit. I'm done with that. So, but yeah, I think a treant named Jeff.
Dude, there's so much out there with Lord of the Rings for them to make movies. I'm
Yeah.
not.
Is there really?
Yeah,
It's
dude.
because look, I'm a little hesitant about. I know this movie is in the right hands.
Mhm.
You know, with Peter and his crew and
Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis
Yeah,
and the boys. The right people are there.
sure.
But
Get the
they're ma-
old-
they're-
the old
they're
band
making
back together.
They're making a movie that's probably going to be 4.5 hours long in 20 years
We're just
after they
chasing-
release all the different versions of it.
We're just chasing Gollum around the woods.
That's based on a paragraph
Yeah.
in the book.
That's what I'm worried about.
That's what I'm personally worried about.
I would rather see like the fall of Numenor.
I mean, they're literally going to make a bunch of shit up based on a paragraph. I don't know if that is staying true to Tolkien's vision.
Yeah, and Alex,
know what I'm
I
saying?
think the issue with that is so the Rings of Power is about the fall of Numenor.
Yeah, but that shit
I feel like this feels like they're kind of doing an Amazon money grab. Okay,
Think so?
I'm not gonna lie. I hope it's good. I'm sure it will be good. But
is there like
the nerd in me is like,
whoa snort?
It's like
yeah, the nerd in you.
eh.
Well, actually,
But well, actually, myself, I'm a little nervous. I'm a little hesitant.
Yeah,
I'm sure it'll be good. But then we also have Battle of the Five Armies, which is some bullshit. It was
that
not
happened in the book though.
Yeah, but it wasn't made to be a 3-hour long movie. It was just a little part of the book.
I don't know.
The whole book should have been one movie, dude.
I don't know, man. I read that book.
So-
And all that shit was in there. I was
Yeah.
surprised. I was because the only version of The Hobbit that I had ever read was like the kid version, like the short story version.
Yeah.
And then when I read it recently, like the actual unabridged version of The Hobbit, I was like, oh shit, all of this.
I
stuff
just
is in
feel like maybe they need to leave well enough alone.
here. Yeah, I agree with you, but I think there's probably a licensing thing where they're like, well, if we don't make a movie in the next 5 years,
So
we'll lose
make
the
an
license.
make an animated movie or something.
They already did.
I would.
So the
love-
rights are okay. They're secure, right?
Yeah, so their animated movie, which is coming out at the end of this year, is The War of the Rohirrim,
Mhm.
Nice.
or Rohan.
Speaking of the Lord of the King of the Rohirrim, or he passed away.
He passed away
last
recently.
Week,
Yeah.
last week. What was his name? I forget. I would know this if I wasn't
Roger Corman.
blasted right
No, it's
now.
not Roger Corman.
So
I would just like to add salute that I would really like to have a Fall of Valeria,
Oh, yeah.
Valeria series, because I really would like to know what happened. It's
Yeah.
just kind of mentioned in the books, like, oh yeah, that happened. What the fuck happened though?
They messed around with forces they didn't understand. They
Yeah.
blew up their entire country.
The Targaryens weren't even like
King Theoden, rest
Yeah.
in peace. Well,
weren't
Bernard
even
Hill.
a good
Yes.
family.
Bernard
There you go.
Hill. Yeah. That was a sad day.
Yeah.
Because I didn't realize this until I was much older, but he's the captain from the Titanic as well.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man,
yeah.
whoa. He's been in a lot of things I didn't even realize.
Yep.
Um, Yeah, I'm down for that.
I like
they're making so many spin-offs of Game of Thrones, though. Eventually, they'll get to it.
Mhm.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like they're just going to keep doing it until they.
So I'm going to raise my glass, and I'm going to highlight Donut Lord's chat.
Bernard Hill.
Hail Theoden King. Hail
Theoden.
the victorious dead. Thank you, sir. That was
Huzzah.
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 Awesome role. I'll
School.
never forget it.
Slandra.
Slanjo.
Yes, great role.
Yep.
So
we're sitting at like a maybe, like we're tentatively excited.
I'm kind of excited, but I'm kind of really hesitant at the same time.
Hesitant.
Did I say hesitant?
I think you
I
did.
did?
Yeah. It's
What?
like when you're pissed.
Hesitant. I'm pissing.
You're pissed and you don't want to do it.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry. I haven't had like a drunk stream in forever.
It's been a minute.
It's been a while.
How you feeling? Good?
I'm actually feeling really good.
Speaking of remembering people, I figured Jude and Kadish are big fans of Roger Corman.
Yeah.
He recently passed.
Yeah.
Jude was not aware that he was still alive.
Yeah. I
was
said,
pretty
oh
old.
God, he died. He was still alive.
Roger Corman, he had a good run, man.
He had a good run.
He had a good
Good
run.
run.
He was up there with the guy that made the Archie Bunker shows.
Yeah.
He was 98. When he
Yeah.
died,
Yeah.
I
Wow.
believe.
Yeah. Tell us
Yeah.
about Roger Corman, guys. I don't, because I really educate me.
Stalker.
Deathstalker's a Roger Corman movie.
Give,
dude.
give us a
So
10-minute long eulogy here.
Roger Corman is one of the most prolific producers of movies that has ever lived. He basically made every single movie he ever made money.
Yeah.
He
Right.
never lost a penny on a movie that he made. And he was known as the king of B movies because like he would just churn these things out. And in doing so, he gave like the big breaks to a lot of very well-known actors and filmmakers like Francis Ford Coppola and stuff like this.
Jack Nicholson.
Yep, Jack
Yeah.
Nicholson. So like a lot of people in Hollywood owe their careers to Roger Corman because he didn't care about the quality of his movies. He was willing to basically take
God
a chance
bless
on
him.
anyone. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And he even made like these schlock classics like Death Race 2000.
Sharktopus.
Yeah, Sharktopus, like
Attack of the 50-foot cheerleader.
Death Race was Roger Corman too.
Yeah.
Death
Wow.
Race.
Yeah.
Was Sylvester Stallone.
Yep.
That's such a crazy movie.
Piranaconda.
So he was a legendary movie producer, and he's made cameos in a lot of like big movies like The Howling and stuff like that because like his the people he gave their start to went on to make bigger and bigger movies. But we wouldn't have Francis Ford Coppola or George Lucas or like any of these guys if it weren't for Roger Corman. So but he was making movies up until the day he died, and he has a great autobiography out there that I read when I was in film school.
Ooh, yeah. I keep meaning to get that on Audible.
Yeah, it's a very good, interesting story of his life and the movies he made and stuff like that. But it's sad that he passed away, but he hung in there for quite some
Dude,
time.
98. That's a good
Yep.
one.
Good
Yeah.
run.
I hope
He had something
I
to
hope
live
I'm not
for.
alive for 98 years. I'll be miserable.
Who's taking his spot as the best B movie director
I
or
have no idea.
producer right now?
Do people even make those kind of movies anymore?
I think oh yeah.
It's called Asylum Studios.
Lynn Kabaczynski.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, just goofy.
Our dude.
Yeah, it's goofy B movies for fun. Desktop. What's your favorite Roger Corman movie, Kadish?
My favorite Roger Corman movie, probably Death Race. Death Race was probably the funniest.
You said he made Beastmaster?
No.
Oh, Beastmaster.
He made Deathstalker.
Deathstalker.
And he also made Little Shop of Horrors.
Deathstalker.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Nothing wrong with a little pigman assault.
yeah, man. I think Deathstalker might take my favorite spot. Like I watched that movie recently with Blaine when he was here. We just had it on the background.
yeah,
we were
yeah.
like, this movie's freaking wild.
This is
Yeah.
crazy.
This is a crazy. There's a mud wrestling room with naked chicks,
Yeah.
just like a pig
Which they
man.
recycled over and over.
Yeah.
And all four of those Deathstalker movies were made because Roger Corman spent this money to build
Yeah.
sets in Argentina.
Right.
It was cheaper to hire hookers to
So-
play in the
yeah.
movie than it was to
Yeah.
get actresses from America down there.
No,
He's a
than it
genius.
was to get like actual extras.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hire hookers for the day.
Yeah, do
Have
it.
them wrestle in some mud.
Can you get the boobs out? Can you get naked? Yeah, no problem. It's like, okay. That's what I'm paying you for, right? Get naked. Take the boobs out. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think Deathstalker is probably my top one for Roger Corman. That's such a crazy movie. I love it.
Yeah, but he's made so many movies. It's like you can't even list them all off the top of your head. There's just so many out there.
You can check out our we have a review of Deathstalker out
Yeah,
there.
we
Yeah.
did.
Channel, right? Yeah.
Is that my birthday we show?
Yeah, we reviewed Deathstalker, Deathstalker 2, and Death Race 2000.
I love my barbarian.
So
movies.
you do like Roger Corman
Well, I
movies.
like. So I don't like shitty movies, but I like movies with boobs. I like shitty movies with boobs. I like boobs.
That's understandable.
Make a gif out of that. I like boobs. Okay.
Quantum Cat pointed out that Battle Beyond the Stars was a Roger Corman.
Yeah,
That's
I
right.
didn't like that movie.
And that was the movie that gave James Cameron his big start.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he was a
special effects.
guy. Yeah.
He created the spaceship with
The
boobs.
boob ship.
Oh my god, that's
Boobs.
The boob ship.
The boob ship.
Boobs are good.
Boobs are great.
I love boobs.
Nobody doesn't
I want
love
to
boobs.
touch them.
Oh, Penny's in the house. What's up, Penny? How you doing?
Feel dirty.
Look out.
Penny,
Look out, Penny.
You know, Penny's in a chat. I feel like my mom's watching.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's like, I like boobs. It's like, oh god, Penny's actually I can't talk about that. So, hi mom.
All right, guys, it's 3:00. We're gonna
About.
just about.
We got anything else to talk about?
No, that was it. We just polished off the last
Really?
topic for today.
Really?
Do our
Yeah.
members stream next.
Yep.
So
we are
can,
gonna
can
be
we
doing
can
our
we
members.
raise a glass to Roger Corman, guys?
Yeah.
Roger Corman.
We're doing 2 obituaries here early.
Yep.
That's so hail. All right.
Okay, folks.
It was a rough week
a rough
for
week
Middle Earth and for B movies.
Mhm.
So, but 98. Come on,
That's a good run.
the dude had a good run.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
make it that long.
Yeah, I think you will.
Shout out to our super chatters, Dork Knight, Mr. Anderson, Side Scrollers is a new member, Major Chai Chai gifted 5, and Def Row. Def Row commented, did I miss this?
He just did it.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Def Row, 14 months. What's up, Def? He's my Helldiver buddy. Number 3, Riddick plus Katie Sackhoff. Melons equals Beth.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Def is in our crew.
Yeah.
He's in the
He's part of our
squad.
squad.
Yeah.
Our squad's getting filled.
Yeah.
Like we need to have like a fifth,
Yeah,
fifth spot.
we really need Arrowhead to
to like a 5 or 6 man squad.
update those squad levels up
Yeah.
to like 8 or something. So,
All right, folks.
Wendy Hunter also.
Wendy Hunter.
Wendy Hunter. Oh, yeah, Wendy Hunter.
Wendy is
Why
on.
is she not starred? Oh, that's right, because the starry thing isn't working.
What did Wendy say?
I don't remember, but it was something cool.
I probably got
she
it.
donated for our fridge fund.
That's
Our
right.
snack
Oh,
fund.
the snack fund.
okay.
Yeah. The snack fund. Cool.
For your
Wendy's our
snack.
Yeah, we got
cheerleader.
that.
There we go. I got it.
Yeah.
Boom.
What about me? There it is. Yep.
See, it's working on my thing.
I don't know why it's not working on mine. I don't know.
For your snacks. All right.
your
Thank you, Wendy.
snacks.
Appreciate that. $1.99.
All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. We are gonna be doing our members live stream where we're talking about sacred movies, movies you do
Sacred
not
movies.
touch. I don't know why I did that.
Also Q&A.
Oh.
And a Q&A, as always. We love hanging out with our members.
Oh.
Yeah, and
So,
the stream should automatically
eagles.
redirect everyone.
Should.
yeah,
Should.
if it doesn't, find it.
If it doesn't,
So-
go to our page and find us.
Go
there.
to saltynerdlive.com. Take you right to it.
All right, folks.
I
Thank
love you
so much for
guys.
being here.
I love you guys.
Thanks
You're
so much.
the greatest.
You want more of this? Come follow us over there.
I've been drinking. What are you talking about? I don't know what he's doing.
Hey, folks, thanks so much for watching this live stream. If you want to watch our previous live stream, make sure to click right here. Or if you would like to check out one of our favorite highlights, click right here.